Okay. There we go, that's fixed. Are you seeing the stream? Are you guys still here? Are you guys still here with me? I'm going to tweet that we're live just in case. I'm back. Tech problems solved. Big ups. Big ups. Okay. I'm glad we fixed the problem. So it is going through the right mic now. Sometimes OBS likes to disobey me sometimes. Fucking bullshit. OBS has a mind of its own. Nothing I could do. Nothing I could do, okay? Let's see. Let's go to Disp Gaming. And let's watch the Ubisoft press conference. By the way, I don't think he added it. Oh my god, let's take a look at this fucking playlist. Look at this playlist. Oh no, Square is added. Whoops, never mind. I thought it wasn't added. Whoops. Okay.
Alright,
Hold up, you gotta turn up DSP. Someone's gonna complain about it all the time. So there's that. Okay. Put it there. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I also have some bad news for you guys. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat my lunch as I watch this. I know you guys probably don't love it at all, but I'm sure someone's gonna love it. Someone loves ASMR. Not just kidding. I don't know. But sorry, I have to eat. Okay, I'm a human. Humans need to eat. But I will also say this. Guess who's back in Darth Vidal's little universe again? If you guessed Swaggins, you'd be correct. Swaggins got back to DSP. He got back. He wanted to get shit on some more. He wanted to be abused by DSP some more. So Swaggins really loves it there. He loves the abuse, and hopefully he gets mod status again. I hope he's mod again, and he could have a boys club there all over again. It'd be pretty cool. Dude, if he's mod, King Kozatov can come back. King Kuzatov can come back in DSP's chat if Swaggins is mod again. That would be perfect, because DSP loves King Kozatov, and according to DSP, Swaggins was the only reason why he gave him unlimited tries. So hopefully Swaggins becomes mod again and starts wailing out. Swaggins needs to become a whale again. He kind of teased it last night, but he needs to whale out again. Swaggins, give DSP your life savings. He fucking deserves it. Look at him. He is struggling in life. He's struggling right now. This is like a face of a guy that's gonna lose the house and lose Cat. I mean, come on, Swaggins. Fucking step up or get the fuck out, okay? If you want to be back in the pig pen, you have to pay up. All that. And 1337, he is back. Swaggins is back. Swaggins came into DSP's chat last night during Black Ops. And he was like, "Oh, hey Phil, what's up, man?" He was there. He was celebrating. He was having a good time. You know, he loved it there. He loved being back. He was like, "Man, I'm back like a crack addict." So, oh, as mod. Oh, you're right. But you never know. Swaggins might say, "Hey Phil, I want to be mod again. This time I'll behave." And DSP will probably give him back his mod stats. I guarantee if Swaggins asked to be mod again and apologized, DSP would mod him again. I guarantee he would. I guarantee DSP would mod him again if Swaggins apologized, which he probably will. At some point, I could see Swaggins be like, "Hey Phil, I'm sorry about what happened. Dude, you know what? I can imagine, I could see it now. A pre-stream, someday, some pre-stream, be it today, tomorrow, whenever. Swaggins does a big cheer, bam. Holy crap, guys! Omnipotent Swaggins cheered 50,000 bits, and he says, Phil, I'm sorry we had a falling out. I want to be mod again. Can you let me be mod again? I'm sorry, I won't misbehave again. Yeah, man, you can be mod again. Yeah, Swaggins. Oh my god, Swaggins. Hell yeah, here you go. Welcome back to the mod team. Guarantee that would happen. Because Swaggins is probably as much of a cuck to do that, and DSP is probably as desperate to do that as well. I mean, they were made for each other. I think Swaggins and DSP are like, the same person almost. They're both petty. They both had a falling out for the dumbest of reasons, and then they got back together after the fact, and Swaggins would probably be dumb enough to be like, I'm sorry, Phil. I mean, like, back in Resident Evil 2, when DSP, like, fucking slammed him, he fucking apologized and took it up the ass. So, I wouldn't put it past Swaggins to take more up the ass, so, just, there you go. Oh no. Oh no. I refreshed the wrong thing. Oh no. I did? No. Okay, good.
Hello, everyone. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, DSP here, and welcome to my recap and reactions broadcast about the Ubisoft 2019 E3 press conference. As you can see, we're in full-on form here for E3, celebrating Ubisoft's one and only game that they release every year, Just Dance, or at least if you watch their press conference, that's what you would believe, since they always do an insanely overblown dance number during their press conference, despite the fact that people who play Just Dance don't watch E3 because they're not mainstream gamers who are interested in new releases. They just play Just Dance because they're the people who play the weirdo games that aren't really part of a mainstream game.
What?
People who play Just Dance don't watch E3. Dance, or at least if you press conference, as you can see, we're in full-on form here.
Full-on form here.
For E3, celebrating Ubisoft's one and only game that they release every year, Just Dance, or at least if you watch their press conference, that's what you would believe, since they always do an insanely overblown dance number during their press conference, despite the fact that people who play Just Dance don't watch E3 because they're not mainstream gamers who are interested in new releases. They just play Just Dance because they're the people who play the weirdo games that aren't really part.
So people who play Just Dance would never watch E3. But maybe the whole point of having Just Dance at E3 is to get normies to buy the game. Did you ever think of that?
Of mainstream gaming. I say this every year. This is obviously a joke. This is not going to actually be the background for this, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And shout out to Popsicolo, who made all these for me.
Really? Popsicle made this one? These are so lazy. Because, like, what this is, like, I think Ubisoft published this image. Dude, fucking Popsicolo, he shouldn't be taking credit for this, honestly, because this is literally just the picture from Ubisoft's official Twitter, and he just kind of took it and then just put Darkside Phil, Twitch logo, they call me DSP, Twitter logo, Ubisoft logo. That's really not creative or anything to write home about. DSP could do this. Like, DSP could literally do this template, but okay. Is the mirror's head getting bigger? Dude, it's all the whales. The whales make his head bigger, dude.
And made that joke because I thought it was a pretty funny joke. Alright, so Ubisoft E3 2019. A lot of people wondering what in the holy
That's like Bad Bunny stuff right there.
hell are they going to talk about this year? And the reason that I say that is because this year, are they going to talk about Beyond Good and Evil 2 again for the third straight year with nothing to really show? We know there's no new Assassin's
Wait, what?
Is because this year, are they going to talk about Beyond Good and Evil 2 again for the third straight year with nothing to really show?
Show a game for a third year with nothing to show? This is weird because, like, people could just assume that there's going to be Tom Clancy games and or Watch Dogs at this press conference. It's really not a mystery what Ubisoft is going to do. I guarantee next year and the year after that, it's going to be, well, next year, Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy, and Watch Dogs DLC, and then the following year will be Tom Clancy games and whatever Ubisoft owns, and maybe one new IP.
We know there's no new Assassin's Creed game this year. They'd already said no Assassin's Creed in 2019. You got to wait till 2020 for the next one. So there was a lot of speculation about what we would see at the Ubisoft press conference. Notably, we were hoping for more information about Watch Dogs 3, which just had a leak last week that apparently it's going to be a game where you can control any NPC.
By the way, what did he say?
A lot of speculation about what we would see at the Ubisoft press conference. Notably, we were hoping for more information about Watch Dogs.
Oh, we were hoping for Watch Dogs 3. Weren't people hoping for Beyond Good and Evil? I guess. But, Watch Dogs 3... Like, I don't really think it had a leak. Because I remember, like, I think Ubisoft put out a teaser for an announcement for Watch Dogs 3, I think. But whatever.
3, which just had a leak last week that apparently it's going to be a game where you can control any NPC, and it was going to be set in London, okay? But outside of that, I mean, what else?
And then he gives us, like, all this information that was shown at E3, because I don't think anyone leaked the gameplay style of it. Okay.
Were we going to hear more updates on The Division?
No, they didn't show any Beyond Good and Evil, Paul.
Siege? Would there be a new Splinter Cell game? What was going to happen? No one really knew.
New Splinter Cell. Dude, they haven't done a new Splinter Cell game since Conviction, I think. Or Blacklist. It was like a 360 game. And then that was it. Like, I don't know, at this point, like, I kind of don't know why people were expecting a new Splinter Cell. They haven't done a new game in so fucking long. Like, we're at the end of the PS4's generation at this point. Like, I feel like at this point people should kind of give up hope on Splinter Cell. I feel like, I don't know. That's just me.
Before I start, ladies and gentlemen, I've been covering E3, man, yearly since, what was it, like 2010, 2011? So at least 9 straight years I've been doing this, okay? Over the years, I've told you guys very honestly and matter-of-factly about what I thought about these press conferences. And quite frankly, Ubisoft every year is very hit or miss. Some years they're great, some years they're terrible. But if ever there was a case...
I honestly think Ubisoft always misses. I've not watched an Ubisoft press conference and got hyped for anything. Like, even Assassin's Creed Odyssey was, like, pulling teeth for me to get hyped. Because it was like, oh, it's in Greece, but it, like, I don't know. And now that even when it came out and I got the game, I kind of lost interest in it. So, like, I kind of don't love Ubisoft as much, and I kind of regret buying that game. I got burned with Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege kind of fucking killed Ubisoft for me. I kind of hated that game. And after that, it's like, and then I got Watch Dogs 2 on sale. I waited for that to be on sale to buy it, and then that I got bored with. So it's like, Ubisoft, like, is the only game developer that I feel I regret more buying from. Like,
For why E3 is outdated and does not need to exist anymore, I think this Ubisoft press conference for 2019 was a staple case of why this show at this point
really,
has lost its...
This one bad year of E3 is why E3 can't exist. Dude, they had bad years before. I mean, like, there was literally a year where all 3 companies had nothing to show. Like, it was the year that Microsoft talked about fucking Monk on Xbox for a long fucking time, and in the movies. PS3, Sony talked about fucking sales figures and selling consoles in other regions. Like, yippee, good for you, Sony, you're gonna sell your console in more places. And Nintendo just did nothing. Pretty much. Everyone at that year might as well just paint at that point. Okay, Wes, I'm not necessarily shitting on Rainbow Six Siege. I don't like Rainbow Six Siege because it had nothing I liked from Rainbow Six in it. So, like, Rainbow Six Vegas was a lot of fun. I love the terrorist hunt mode. Siege has, like, a terrible version of it. So, I just didn't like Siege. I'm sure everyone loves it. Everyone could love Siege all day, every day. Good for you. I just did not like the game. Okay? Jeez.
Its meaning. This was one of the worst.
No, he didn't look at Nintendo. People had to tell him what Nintendo did.
Worst, if not the worst, press conference I've ever seen at an E3. It was complete fluff. There was almost zero substance to it. There was one game that had any meat to it that anyone cared about. There was a ridiculous amount of no-shows for all of their major staple franchises. We're going to get into it, but, like, seriously, I mean it. Like, this was a fucking stinker-ass press conference. I could barely pay attention. I was so bored. I barely could pay attention to the press conference. And this is my job, and I couldn't pay attention. That's how fucking boring this was. Okay? Let's begin. So they first open up the conference with Assassin's Creed. Like, wait a minute, what? Assassin's Creed? There is no Assassin's Creed this year. What are they going to show? Oh, nothing. What it actually is Assassin's Creed Symphony. So on the screen, they're showing a montage of different various clips from Assassin's Creed games while an actual, symphony group is playing the soundtracks of the games. And it's beautiful. It sounds great. And I actually liked it as a...
Wow, he actually liked it? Dude, last fucking year, DSP shat on Sony for having a fucking orchestra at the beginning. So he started with, like, an orchestra? And it was, like, had nothing to do with games. You want to get to the games. Ubisoft really started time with an Assassin's Creed and a Symphony. Oh, man, they started with a Symphony? I loved it, man. Wow, he is so fucking flippant on what he likes and what he doesn't like. He's so inconsistent.
An opening to the show because you knew there probably wasn't going to be any Assassin's Creed in the show, so I thought this is a good time to do it. Do it as a...
So let me get this straight, DSP. It makes more sense to have a orchestra or a symphony for a game that wasn't at E3 than having an orchestra for a game that was at E3. How does that make any sense? What is wrong with this guy? It's like, oh, I want to see something. Okay, that's better. Let's move this a little bit. Yeah. But, what? I was paying attention to E3, his job. He's not a journalist nor a reviewer. Yeah, it's not his job. But it's his job because he's a streamer. And he wants, I don't know. His job is whatever it wants it to be, I guess.
Starting number, so it's out of the way at least.
I'm Japanese! What about that, DSP? Remember that?
People who want Assassin's Creed get a tiny taste of it, and then we can move on to other stuff. So in reality, I didn't mind it. I think it went on for about between 5 to 8 minutes. I didn't time it, but it felt like that. And basically at the end they announced, okay, this is a real symphony group that is touring all over the world.
It's a real symphony group.
Some of their dates and tours in the fall.
Wait, the symphony that was there was a real symphony? Oh, I thought it was fake.
They're going to be going all around doing this show. If you're interested, there's information online about it. Assassin's Creed Symphony, you can book tickets. Seems like a good thing, and I actually didn't mind. People in the stream chat were going nuts. I guess a lot of people don't appreciate classical music. I thought it was quite good.
Wow. Way to shit on your fucking audience. People like stream chat don't like symphonies? Oh, I'll hear that again.
Interested? There's information online about it.
I'll hear that again.
Symphony, you can book tickets. Seems like a good thing, and I actually didn't mind. People in the stream chat were going nuts. I guess a lot of people don't appreciate classical.
They don't appreciate classical music. My stream chat has no fucking taste. They're fucking pigs, dude. They're fucking plebs, and they have no taste for classical music. What? But guys, he's not toxic at all. He loves his fucking... Yeah, no, it's classical music because it has instruments and not, like, new lyrics, dude. It's classical music. Think classical music of music. Yeah, like... But even then, like, even if he says, like, oh, I guess people don't have taste for orchestras or something... This is kind of dumb. Like, why are you shitting on your audience about this? And then it's like, oh, they don't have any taste. I thought it was good. He shits on everything. I could go in there and say, hey, man, the guy who did, like, the Kill I Killed Me soundtrack is really... Oh, my God, my fucking back is so itchy. ugh. So like he's like, I get like Tokyo's like, oh man, the music for Kill La Kill is really good. It's not classical music, it's anime music.
Music. I thought it was quite good, and I was like, okay, good way to start the show. Now it's out of the way. Now we can get to the meat, right?
Oh, now it's out of the way.
Right? Okay.
Okay. Right? Okay.
As if on cue, they start presenting a new game. And it's a game that, again, one of the games we wanted information about, Watch Dogs. So, they show that you are in London, but it's a futuristic London, maybe 10, 15 years down the line. They say that Brexit has happened, and now the future of London is completely uncertain after Brexit. And there's basically this regime of people in power. It's very unclear. Is it corporations or whatever? You're not sure. But they're in power, and now the common person feels like they're oppressed, and there's like a military presence, like a police presence in the city of London, you know, basically harassing people and stuff, and people have had enough. So what they want to do is form a resistance called DedSec. Incidentally, is it any relation to the previous DedSec from previous Watch Dogs games?
Obviously no. No. It's a new DedSec, dude. Obviously.
Or is this a totally new group and it's a rebooting? I don't know.
It's a rebooting. Okay, DSP. It's a rebooting. Like oh my god, he forgets a lot of stuff.
Not really clear, but this group called DedSec.
It's not very clear. He needs to be handheld on DedSec's role in the fucking game. Oh, this shit floored me because this is present day UK. When they announced that it was gonna deal with Brexit and all that, I just sat there and was like, oh man, I could see the Twitter posts. Oh my god, guys. Watch Dogs is a bunch of soy boys talking about Brexit, oh my god. But it's fucking whatever. But anyways, you don't have to get into that. I'm just surprised DSP did not like fucking say anything about that. But okay.
Is trying to revolt against this oppressive government or whatever it may be in London. But the difference between previous Watch Dogs games and this new Watch Dogs game is that every person in London can be part of your group. Unlike us, you know, Watch Dogs 1 where it was just Aiden Pierce, Watch Dogs 2 where it was a
Big
group of
Brother
hackers.
Yeah.
In this game, anyone can become part of DedSec, and you can recruit anyone in the city of London, including a quick kid who's agile and maybe do fighting and dodging and stuff like that, or someone who maybe is more technologically sound and could do better hacking and puzzles, or even an elderly woman, okay? So it starts off with gameplay, actual gameplay of the game, which seemed to be a rarity this E3 so far. There's been very few times so far we've seen actual gameplay of games, so this was a refreshing thing. It shows a guy, just a white guy, he's kind of bald or short hair.
Refreshing thing to see gameplay. We saw Gears of War 5 gameplay, but he hates Gears of War 5, so I guess that doesn't count. We saw Doom gameplay, I guess that also doesn't count. Whatever.
Haircut or whatever. And basically he's running around, he wants to, there's someone who...
Yeah, like how he has to tell us the color of the character. I didn't see race, but he was white.
Trying to recruit, who apparently is good in like engineering or something, but as they're trying to recruit him, he gets attacked by the cops, so he has to save the guy. So he's attacking the cop, but all of a sudden a drone comes by and spots him. He tries to take out the drone, it doesn't work. The drone shoots him, now he has a choice, either surrender or resist and try to survive. If you surrender, it's unclear if maybe later some of your other DedSec teammates can try to rescue you to get that person back, but he resists. So he's fighting the drone, he hijacks a car.
I assume you could get the characters back if they surrender, because what if you like the character? You know, it would be kind of shitty to lose the character forever.
Driving across town while the drone and all this police are following him through the town. Eventually he gets out of the car, gets into a firefight with the police, he gets killed.
No. And 1337, that's incorrect. African Americans can speak perfect English, okay? Only African Americans. Sound good?
Killed, okay? So this is the first character in the game dead. Now what they show you is a menu opens up.
Does this look like yogurt to US?
All these other agents throughout the city that are working for DedSec, and they actually
does this look like yogurt
to an elderly woman who's sitting feeding pigeons near the waterfront. And she's like, oh God, what happened? Now I gotta get to work. And she walks to this like government building, throws down a little drone. The drone turns into a spider robot that's electrocuting people. She's walking around and tasing people. She does the slowest parkour you've ever seen. Like, she grabs onto like a railing and like kick flips over in slow motion because she's old. She can't do it. So basically, it's like a parody of what you would be doing in previous Watch Dogs games, where you're like a superhuman guy who could leap over shit and fight everyone hand to hand.
Superhuman guy. Mediocre enough. But he says, like, superhuman strength. Does he not know people could do parkour and shit? Like, that's a thing, DSP. It's not supernatural for people to jump and do shit like that. He acts as if it's like a supernatural feat. And this is all stuff that he could just fucking, like, this is why DSP probably doesn't want to do live reactions. This allows him to buy fucking time and just waste, like, time just to talk. He doesn't want something that's more, like, convenient to him. Fuck that.
Well, she can't do it, so they do, like, funny animations and stuff for her, which is pretty funny. So it's pretty fun. And then she does her mission or whatever it is. Then they switch over to a younger, a black girl, basically, who's, like, fast and...
A black girl, dude.
Agile. So now they show kind of... So it's pretty fun. And then she does her mission or whatever it is. Then they switch over to a younger, a black girl.
That's such a weird enunciation. Alright, we switch over to a black girl. But they fucking... make sure we know she's black.
Basically.
But, by the way, wait. How come she's black and the other guy from Bethesda was African American? Now she's black. What? Wow. Oh, not African American girl that speaks perfect English. That's probably why. She probably doesn't speak perfect English, dude.
Who's like fast and agile. So now they show...
Oh, she's fast and agile. There we go. Black people are fast and agile. If you speak perfect English, you're African American. That's the difference. So if you're fast and agile, you're black. If you speak perfect English, you're African American. That's the criteria. You figured it out, guys. He doesn't see race. That's how he sees race. He doesn't see color. That's how he sees it.
Kind of almost like classic Watch Dogs gameplay. She's fighting guys hand to hand. She's kicking and punching and tasing. She pulls out a gun. She's doing third-person cover-based fire, just like you've seen in previous Watch Dogs games. So that will very much be present in this game as well. Meanwhile, while all this stuff is going on, whoever this mysterious head of DedSec is, who you don't know yet, is doing commentary over your phone. So you could hear them like saying, oh, is that all that rolling?
Well, Coleman, he did mention that the main character at the beginning of the trailer was white. He did tell us that. But other times, like when the game just has one white guy throughout, he doesn't say the race. So
Necessary? Does it really help? You know, when the girl's rolling to dodge stuff and maybe she does an extra roll by accident. Oh, is that really necessary? Did you really need to do that roll? So it's kind of like snarky commentary. So it's kind of interesting. So then they go ahead and they announce that in this game, every NPC will be recruitable. Every NPC in the city. Now, I'm going to be very honest here. That makes me feel like what we saw in this E3 gameplay reveal honestly isn't representative of what the game is going to be. I could be wrong. But I think what they did is they made 3 scenarios of 3 interesting characters with a lot of dialogue. But what's going to end up happening is the characters will be very generic and won't have much story-based content whatsoever. Instead, it'll just be, oh, you recruit the person, and it's a...
He has to explain marketing to us. Guys, they say this, but it might not really be that. Okay.
Generic archetype. There's an action type. There's a slow elderly person type. Maybe there's a driver type who drives vehicles better. You know what I mean? Maybe there'll be like 4 or 5 archetypes of person, but they're all going to be generic and fall into that archetype and not be very unique after you've seen each mission type. I almost get the feeling like it's going to end up being repetitive and boring in that.
No shit. It's like, it's a game. I mean, does he think that it has like unlimited resources or something? Like
regard, but maybe I'm wrong. Reason I say that
maybe
is
I'm wrong.
How realistically could you have the city of London have thousands of people in it, and any NPC is completely unique and different? That doesn't sound right to me. I mean, how long have they been making this game? 25 years, you know?
But they could also, like, I mean, you don't know what they really did in the game, though, but okay.
You know what I mean? It doesn't seem realistic or feasible.
Doesn't seem feasible, dude.
Of course, this is all purely speculation on my part, but I'm a realist, and I'm thinking, man, it's not going to be as good as maybe they're trying to make it out to be in this gameplay reveal.
Dude, it's like they're trying to sell the game. Whoa, you're telling me that game developers might overinflate the game to sell the game? Whoa, that never happens.
Okay. So they announced the game will be coming out March 6th, 2020. If you guys aren't aware, I'm not even kidding you, like, there's now an insane amount of games coming out in March and April of 2020. I'm not, like, half the games announced at E3 so far have been announced for March and April of 2020. So I don't know what's going to happen, if they're all going to hold to those dates or not, but it just seems to me like next year, March and April, is going to be insane.
I love this meme. He does this every year. Dude, next year's going to be insane. Look how much it is. Like, he acts as if it's like a new thing. Like, he hasn't been doing this for how long? Every game has come out in, like last year. Oh my god, all these games are coming out in January, February. How is everyone going to afford this? You know, people say that the hardcore gaming season is in the fall. It seems that now it's in February, huh? Now it's, dude, next year? What? There's always games coming out during that time period. Like, there's a lot of games that come out in the fall and a lot that come out in the spring. How is this new? Ugh.
For game releases, to the point where I don't know how these games are going to perform. They're going to cannibalize each other. If you have, like, literally 12 to 15 high-profile games released in...
They're going to cannibalize each other. Why? Like, there's people that don't buy Ubisoft games because they don't like Ubisoft, and they're probably going to buy other games. Okay.
2 months, and it's not the end of the year holiday sales. Like, those games are going to kill each other. So,
by the way, how come it's more cannibalizing to release games in March and April and shit, but to release it all during the hardcore gaming season during the holiday season is not cannibalizing?
Literally 12 to 15 high-profile games released in 2 months, and it's not the end of the year holiday sales. Like, those games are going to kill each other.
Why? Wouldn't it be the... How would they not kill each other in the holiday season? If anything, the holiday season would kill them the most. Because that's when people are strapped for cash. Like, sure, people like splurge to get gifts for their kids and shit. Like, people splurge on gifts during that time period. But it's also a time period that people are also strapped for cash because of that. And they're not going to be able to buy every fucking game. So, this makes no fucking sense. They would have better chance to... Whatever. Okay, sure, DSP.
So, I'm worried a little bit. At the same time, I'm excited because the game looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm one of the few people who I think really enjoyed Watch Dogs 2. And I wanted a new Watch Dogs. By the way, it's not called Watch Dogs 3. It's called Watch Dogs Legion. Okay? I think this game looks good. I'm just a little bit worried about it falling into more generic missions and generic archetype of people based on what they're telling you the game is. But all that being said, I'm still excited for it to come out in March, and this is basically, this is the highlight of the E3 2019 Ubisoft press conference. I'm not kidding, and I'm not exaggerating here, alright guys? The rest of the conference was garbage. It was all fluff and garbage, and you're gonna be like, wow, okay, what was the next major game announcement?
Fluff and garbage.
And you think I'm kidding, you know, if it's garbage, and you're gonna be like, wow, okay, what was the next major game announcement? And you think I'm kidding.
What's the punchline? The face? You say, what's the next major game announcement? Okay. Oh, I get it. Like, he's saying nothing. Maybe the joke would sell better if he didn't clown it up. Just saying.
You know, if you didn't see this, man. All right, let's continue, okay? Up next, I guess the character Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, a show that I've never seen, came out and
A
said
show
that,
I've never
oh,
seen.
we're working with Ubisoft. We've produced a gaming television show. What it is a show that's a comedy. It's a parody of a game dev studio making a game. The name of the game is Mythic Quest. And in this
Whoa, that's not a... Dude, wasn't it like a show on G4 that was about that? I think it was called like something monkey. Code Monkeys? I think it was Code Monkeys. Mac?
show we're pretending that Mythic Quest is like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, MMORPG ever made, and it's a show about how the game dev studio works with comedy aspects and stuff like that. So they show a trailer for it, and apparently he plays the head of the studio named I Am Grim, or Ian Grim, and basically they're like, oh, you know, he's super cocky and super like narcissistic. So everything is about him. Like there's it's supposed to be a commercial for the video game, but instead it's a commercial about how he's a great game dev, and it shows him without a shirt on and stuff. And I guess some of the people who are on the show are also from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I wouldn't know because I'd never seen.
I don't think the other people are from Always Sunny though. The only one that was from Always Sunny was Mac. I mean, Abed was there from Community, and then other people, but okay.
The show, but everyone who's
oh god. Thanks for the YouTube sub, Fabio Ginecco. I keep forgetting that's the YouTube sub notification.
For him, we're like, wow, this is a train wreck. This is terrible. So I'm watching this and I'm like, I guess this is supposed to be funny. I ain't even.
Oh, we're gonna do the hot. It's not funny for me. I have quality taste. This is beneath me. The joke is beneath me. Like it's kind of funny. Yeah, I like Community. I know it's weird. I watched it recently. I think a few months ago, and I don't think that show aged very well. There are still episodes I liked. I like the one where Jeff was taking that, like, conspiracy theory class and all that. That was a good episode, but the show I don't think aged very well. It's still enjoyable for what it is, but I don't know. The latest seasons were just awful. I don't think it was good. They tried, but oh, excuse me. But man, like oh my god, that show, that teaser, like, it looked okay, but I think it's an Apple TV Plus show, and I don't think I'm gonna be subbing to that just to watch that, you know?
Even for a moment crack a smile or anything. And I was like, if this is supposed to be a funny television show, I guess you lost me. Then again, maybe I'm just not in touch with what people think is funny in the modern era, because a lot of the shit I think right now is just not funny at all.
I think that's funny now is not funny at all. I have a PhD in comedy. You know, comedy's dead right now. Oh my god, DSP, why don't you make a show, DSP? If nothing's funny, why don't you make a show? Oh wait, no, your streams are supposed to be funny, right? But they're not funny. It's the kids, dude. The kids are not funny.
So anyway, they announced that this show,
like, I just like that he had that little moment to brag about his fucking taste in comedy. Like, who fucking does that?
is going to be on Apple TV Plus. Now, for those who don't know, Apple TV Plus didn't even launch yet. Apparently, it's launching in the fall. So it's supposed to be an exclusive show launching on Apple TV Plus in the fall. And I guess Ubisoft somehow has a stake in it. I don't know. But I guess that's why they presented it at the Ubisoft press conference. I don't know.
I like how this is confusing to him. But Ubisoft did a fucking movie. Ubisoft did a fucking Assassin's Creed movie. And then he thinks that's weird that they have a TV show. Well, I think Ubisoft probably can do a TV show if they did a fucking movie. And they probably teamed up with another company as well, or another studio to do the show, and they probably could want to use that show to market their games. I know, crazy, right? That Ubisoft might want to use a show to market their games in that show. Shocking. And also what's funny, that this is the guy that brags about how he diversified his revenue. Oh my god, I get all this revenue. I diversified. I don't have eggs in one basket. Ubisoft diversifies and gets other like projects going. That's not just gaming related. They're trying to diversify. I don't know why they're doing this. Why are they doing a TV show? Like, okay. And I don't know if he says it here, but I think in his chat he said, like, who has Apple TV or something? Well, guess who's gonna watch it, DSP? All the fucking Apple fanboys that will sub to the service because they love Apple so much. And the other thing on top of this, I just remembered. Apple wants to push their gaming division as well, but they have Apple Arcade now. That's going to be launching, I think, in the fall as well with Apple TV. So I think that they probably went to Ubisoft to get them to work on a show to kind of have a synergy of gaming on their platform. But DSP thinks that no one's gonna get Apple TV because Apple fans never buy into things that Apple releases, right? Because we all know Apple fans, they never go straight to Apple stuff. They're very skeptical and they hold off, right?
And that was it. So it's called Mythic Quest
Hey,
Raven's Banquet,
Hueve.
a show on Apple TV Plus coming out in the fall. Now you start to see what I'm saying about the rest of this press conference. Get used to this because it's pretty much the kind of stuff you're going to hear for the rest of the conference, all right? So up next, Rainbow Six Siege. Oh boy, a 4-year-old game that has a competitive community. We really need to hear a lot about this, don't we? Well, first we're told after the...
I like how he's shitting on them, giving us more, like, Siege. I don't like Siege, personally, obviously, but I understand why Ubisoft is, like, pushing that game. It's big in the esports community, and people still play it. So they obviously want to keep supporting and nurturing that community that's stuck with it. And I will say that I think Rainbow Six Siege really came up from where it was. I think when it started, everyone hated it, and then I think now it's finding more of a community to grow. Like, I kind of feel like maybe I might get back into Rainbow Six Siege, but I don't know. I don't really play games seriously, and I think the community is a little too serious with it. Um, but anyways, so of course they're gonna have more Rainbow Six Siege stuff because I mean it's a popular game that people still play.
This Ubisoft press conference ends, there's going to be celebrity gaming with T-Pain and other people playing against known streamers. Like, anyone cares unless you're in the competitive community. Who gives a shit, right?
Who gives a shit, Mister? I'm fourth at Evo and I'm the best. Imagine if someone said that about DSP at Evo. I have full documents of winning fucking tournaments. But then when other people get clout for their achievements in the esports circuit, who fucking cares about esports? Okay.
There's a new season launching that's going to have new content, Operation Phantom Sight, and there'll be new operators and blah, blah, blah. Basically, if you don't play Rainbow Six Siege, completely worthless information you're not going to care about, okay? And I don't, and I didn't understand what the fuck he was talking about, so...
Now, I like how, like, impatient he is. He's like, I don't care. I didn't care either, but I didn't sit there and cry about it. I just sat there and was like, okay, whatever. But, okay. Okay, DSP, you be a little baby about it.
There you go. It was a short. Thank God it was short. It was like 2-3 minutes of the press conference.
Thank God it was short.
Continuing on, Adventure Time. That's a cartoon that's still pertinent. Not really. I mean, let's be honest. Adventure Time pretty much is very outdated at this point. At one time, it was kind of hype.
Adventure Time is outdated. People still, like, reference it. Like, I think the show's over, but I think they're doing a new spin-off of it with Marcy and Bubblegum, I think. I know they're doing a spin-off with Marcy for sure. So they probably want this Adventure Time tie-in to kind of hype up the spin-off. But okay.
But at this point, it's really not.
I think they are doing a spin-off. I think I heard about it, but I'm not sure. You might have to double check on that for me.
This is a game that's already been out, but I guess the Adventure Time characters are going to be in Brawlhalla. The one thing that was weird to me is one of the main characters of Adventure Time, the dog, I don't even know his name, is usually played by, I think Joe DiMaggio is the name of the voice actor, the same actor that does Bender's voice in Futurama. Well, guess what? They got someone else to do it for this. So he sounded...
Yeah, probably because John DiMaggio has other things to do. He's probably working on Gears 5. He's in Gears 5. That's probably why he's not there.
Completely off, like he's trying to sound like Bender, but he didn't. And
or they
it
couldn't
just
afford
sounded
him.
Really weird to me. Like, why did they not get the real guy? I don't know. But anyway.
Maybe the real guy is expensive.
Adventure Time characters in Brawlhalla. Woohoo, right?
Woohoo.
Okay, so then they show a trailer for what appears to be a new Ghost Recon game, and it's starring, of all things, the actor who played Shane in The Walking Dead, as well as the recent Punisher series on Netflix. I forget the actor's name, and I apologize for that, but he's playing the main character.
It's the guy I'm watching his cartoon.
It's called Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and apparently it's going to be about...
Yeah, I like how he keeps saying Bender. Why not, if you don't know the character's name, then say the voice actor's name. Like, he doesn't sound like Bender. Where's Bender? Why not just say John DiMaggio? Like, he knows the name of the actor. Like, if you didn't know the name of the actor, fine, but he knows the name of the actor. Why not just say the actor?
A group of operatives who I guess are trying to do something. I don't know. It's like so generic and boring at this point. It's very hard for me to even retain interest. I'm trying to pay attention to what he's explaining, and I'm like, I can't even pay... John Bernthal. Thank you. His name is John Bernthal. I can't even pay attention, and honestly... Basically, what it looks like is another open-world Ghost Recon game where you're just wandering through the woods fighting and stuff. And it was funny because as this was playing, a few people in my stream chat were talking about it, and one person was like, yeah, I actually got into like this early alpha a few months ago, and it was terrible. It was like generic and boring, much like all open-world Ghost Recon games. It just didn't seem very interesting. So I don't see how they're saying this is a unique one. It kind of seems like the same shit. I don't know. They didn't give a release date for it. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, wait, I take it back. They did. Hold on. I
Hold
lied.
on.
I have a second half. They talked about this game, Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
We are
for
Bender.
like, I'm not even kidding, like 20 minutes, okay? So, basically, AI teammates for solo players will be in the game. I guess the reason that they're saying this is because of previously they announced this game was not going to have AI teammates, so if you're playing by yourself, you'd be fucked. But now they announced, oh no, you'll have AI teammates now. So I guess people had a big backlash against that announcement previously, so they changed their mind about it.
Yeah,
they said there's going to be a new social network for people who play Ghost Recon games called Ghost Recon Delta Company. You'll be able to post up pictures and scores and stuff. Big deal.
Yeah,
this game, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, will release October 4th, and there will be a beta for it on September 5th. That we're promised there will be content in this game for years to come. This is not just a flash in the pan game. There will be support for years to come.
Also play DMC4.
And then all of a sudden, we got a special surprise.
Are you talking about the solo or Blade Palace? Because I'll do Blade Palace.
Over here. Dun 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 dun. You're like, wait a minute, what? And they show the Terminator eyes light up. It's a Terminator. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Did you see Microsoft's press conference yesterday? They did the exact same thing. They faded to black during the Gears 5 presentation and went dun 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 dun, and it shows the Terminator. What the fuck? Terminator. Why is Terminator in every game this year? So Terminator is in Gears 5. Terminator will be in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And the rumor is Terminator is going to be a DLC character for Mortal Kombat 11. Did they just fucking completely sell out and sell to every franchise? Terminator is going to be in Tetris this year.
Dude. Well, yeah, I agree. It's a little ridiculous that Terminator's in fucking everything. But, he's probably in a lot of stuff because of the new movie. Yeah, exactly, N1337. We had the same thought. We were thinking together, dude. Co-op thinking. Story DMC4. Oh, Soul Dead guy, I'm stuck and I'm not gonna fucking do it, okay? I'm stuck on the stupid level. I don't know why. I talk about it all the time because it blows my mind because I beat the game on Sons of Sparta before. I played it on the PS3. On all difficulties. And for some reason, the PS4 version, I cannot get past that fucking laser room. And I fucking hate it. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't do it. I don't know. So that guy, it blows my mind. I get fucking mad about that. Because it's like, I know I can do it, but I don't know why I can't. I don't know. It blows my mind. Out of all the things in that game,
Terminator will be in Final Fantasy VII next year. Terminator. What the fuck is with the Terminator in every video game? When did the Terminator become so cool in 2019 that it needs to be in every fucking franchise?
The movie. Right? Nero part. Like, you're Nero and you're going to fight Dante, like, you're going through the castle. Because I would slow it down. I would slow down the lasers and go through it. But then, like, the timer would run out, and then I would have to go back through it with the thing still moving fast. So, like, and I kept getting hit by the lasers, so it's a weird situation I'm in.
Very weird. Okay.
Very weird.
But anyway, Terminator apparently is going to be somehow involved in this new Ghost Recon game. All right? So, I'm not even kidding. They spent just about as much time on the Ghost Recon game as they did on Watch Dogs, but they showed no real gameplay. None. Watch Dogs had this big presentation.
There is no witch time, dude. Nero doesn't do it.
Showing the various NPCs.
There's a little thing that you hit that slows down time, but you can't do it once you get through it the first time, because you have to go through it, then you have to fight the bird people, whatever, the things that fly around, and then after that, you have to go back through it, and you can't slow it down because there's a gate in front of the switch.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which comes out in October, zero real gameplay. Good job. Up next, they announced a new mobile game. So now that half of you have tuned out, the new mobile game is going to be called Elite Squad. And what it is a co-op shooter
I have Lightspeed
game. Can't really tell. But it includes characters from The Division, Splinter Cell, and other Ubisoft franchises. So it showed like some girl supposed to be an operator from The Division, but then Sam Fisher was there. So it was kind of a weird mashup kind of a game for mobile. And I don't even know when it's coming out because I stopped paying attention. I'm not even kidding. I stopped paying attention. I was like, I can't pay attention to this. So if that wasn't distracting and boring enough, I
like how he says Sam Fisher's gonna be in this thing. Doesn't say that's a little disappointing. You mean Table Hopper? Does Table Hopper do anything for that? Because, like, oh my god. You know, fine. You know what? I will definitely need to play DMC 4 so I can show you where I'm at, and I can show you why I'm stuck. It's literally nothing to do with, like, I don't know what to do. I know what to do. The problem is that I can't time going through the laser thing. It's the timing that's the problem. For some reason, I cannot time it in this game at all anymore. So it's not the a question of I don't know what to do. It's just that for some reason I cannot time when I can get through it. So that's what's going on. Now I might be missing something. Maybe you know what? Oh, I think I know. I think I might know what it is. Did 512 did whatever that name is. The rule is no backseat gaming, but you can backseat if I ask for help. It's one thing if I ask for help, but if I'm not asking for help, don't fucking hold my hand. That's simple as that. You know, let me fail a few times, then when it's like, look, I need help, I need to ask for it. Okay? Jeez. Why don't you read the rules? Oh my god, I put the rules in the chat and no one fucking reads them. Go left, okay.
They then went to their Just Dance segment.
You like this?
Okay. So,
I like how he looks so serious. Alright, need to put the Just Dance. Okay. Like, I like how long it took him to.
Just Dance segment.
Look at this. He clicks it, holds on a little bit longer, and then pulls back.
They announced this year, if you can believe it, is the 10th anniversary of Just Dance. They've made 10 of these fucking games so far. Thank God I never played one of them. But anyway, Just Dance.
Why is he so negative about Just Dance? Thank God I never played one of them. Well, obviously it's successful if they made 10 of them. Like, you might be missing out, DSP, if they last... Dude, Just Dance has a 10-year legacy. They've been around for 10 years. I think DSP should check him out. I mean, he has 11-year legacy, and he's telling us that we should check him out. He should check out Just Dance. They have a 10-year legacy.
Yes. It's the 10th anniversary, and they do a big, like a
Yeah,
movie-style...
and he also played a dancing game before. So, I mean, I don't know why he's so, like, fucking negative about Just Dance.
Trailer. They have people coming out and fucking dancing. They got a panda dancing. They got fucking people in street clothes. They got people in workout clothes. They got people in outfits that look like they're in the military. They got people coming out doing backflips and double somersaults. And this goes on for about 5 to 10 minutes of garbage. Horrible music. Some of the worst music I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my god, they fucking tried to have fun at E3 and have a dance number. Oh my god, what a piece of shit,
usual.
Right?
If anything, though, they did not bring out like a pop musician to sing. So I guess there was some mercy given. And
why does he hate pop singers so much? Well, they didn't bring a pop singer. Thank God.
Just Dance is coming out in November. Okay. Now back to reality, because in reality, as I said earlier, no one watches E3.
Back to reality. Okay.
For Just Dance. Just like EA didn't do a press conference this year, but EA usually spends an insane amount of time talking about their sports games when no one who fucking isn't sold on a sports game is going to watch E3 to go to, oh, I got to buy that sports game now because I heard about this at E3. Doesn't happen. Same thing with Just Dance. That's not the core audience they're appealing to, but they're so stupid, they still don't fucking understand this after all these years.
No, like he acts as if these like these press events are like a TV show. Like they have to do stuff for ratings and shit. But the whole point of these press conferences is just to dump information on all the games they're working on. That's like the point. It's not to, okay guys, we need to hit all the notes. We need to get the ratings up. It's just to give people information. That's all it is. Okay.
Years, okay? Alright, continuing on.
So negative.
For Honor is getting a new DLC called Shadows of Hitokiri, where apparently there's a new enemy type that's kind of a supernatural enemy, but it was weird because it looked like the same enemies that there's been in the game since the beginning. I guess what someone in my stream chat said was they're actually making For Honor 2. And so the reason that they keep doing DLCs and expansions, they keep talking about For Honor 1 every year, is because they want to kind of branch the transition to 2 and make it feel like it's still a pertinent game, when in reality, the game lost the majority of its player base and no one really talks about it or plays it anymore. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. For Honor was dead for me. So I
kind of agree with that, because I don't really see a lot of people talk about For Honor. I really don't see a lot of people talking about it, but I'm sure there's people that play it.
They're getting a new DLC. There's a new Rainbow Six game called Rainbow Six Quarantine. It's a 3-player cooperative experience coming out in early 2020, and apparently it's going to have some kind of sickness or virus involved because it shows some guys...
Can't we get, like, a normal Rainbow Six game? Can this be a game where it has, like, a story, terrorist hunt, and, like, fun? Like, it's cool that they have, like, esports Rainbow Six, but I like what it was before.
Arm is being infected and he uses some kind of an antidote. He injects it to his arm to stop the infection or whatever. But it's not exactly clear what it's going to be. It looks like it'll be post-apacalyptic 3-player co-op. But that's
Rainbow Six Quarantine. The pignosis is spreading.
Okay, continuing on.
We must eliminate the pignosis.
Division 2. You absolutely knew they were going to be talking about the Division 2. So they do a little...
But that's fluff, though. A game that people apparently like. Doesn't a lot of people like the Division and the Division 2? And how is that a fluff game? People care about that game. Doesn't that game, like, have a audience and shit? Like, hey, you didn't show any Ubisoft footage from E3, have you? I don't think I have.
A little bit of explanation. Thank you for playing it, blah, blah, blah. The Division 2 is going completely free to play, only for 4 days, starting on June 13th and continuing through June 16th. That's this weekend, right? That's, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. So I might actually check it out later this week. I didn't play the Division 2. I never played the Division 1, okay?
I kind of want to check out the Division 2.
Everything that I know about the Division 2 is based off of trailers or what people have told me about it. So what I think I'm going to do this weekend, I actually was talking with Kekken in the stream chat. We may actually do co-op of this game this weekend.
Boy.
Do a major stream of it just to test it and see what the hell it is. Is it any good? I never played it. Might as well, what the hell? On a whim, do a stream of it, co-op, and give it a shot and see if we like it or not, okay? So that's this weekend. They explained that there will be many episodic DLCs coming. Episode 2 will be at the Pentagon, and it'll introduce a new 8-player raid.
Oh, okay.
It was a raid previously earlier this year, and people apparently liked it, so it's the return of raids.
And
then there'll be another episode.
I'm going to get the free trial. I want to try it out.
And then they announced there's a movie being made for The Division starring, of all people, Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain. Because when I think military espionage and thriller-style movie, I think Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain, apparently. And it's a movie being made with Netflix.
Okay.
And it will be coming out sometime next year.
I keep forgetting to download Warframe.
So, The Division movie coming soon. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I think it has to be a clever coming soon. Wow. Because apparently Ubisoft never done movies before, right?
Yeah. So, continuing on in the pattern of everyone copies everyone, the first everyone copies everyone this year is cloud streaming, right? Google Stadia, Microsoft is xCloud, and Bethesda has Orion, which is their new game engines that's allowing them to take their game engines and be streamed more easily. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about subscription-based model.
What was the point? He brings up cloud gaming and then says that's not what we're talking about. Then why did you bring it up? Was it a joke? Oh my god, what?
Model. How every company now, like EA and everyone, pay us a monthly fee, Xbox Game Pass or EA Pass, and get all of our games, you know, for a monthly fee rather than having to buy all these games. Uplay's doing the same thing. For now, it's only on PC. So they announced it. It's actually called Uplay Plus. It's going to include all of their games on PC, everything available, including, you know, access to new releases. So they're claiming, yeah, games like this new Ghost Recon and stuff will be included with it. $15 a month, $14.99, or it'll be free for a limited time in September if you try out the service. So that's launching in September. You have to sign up today for it, FYI. And another thing, in 2020, apparently, it will be compatible with Google Stadia, which is the Google streaming platform. So if you get the Uplay Plus service on PC, then you'll be able to play all those PC games on any device come 2020 when the Google Stadia launches, as long as Google Stadia actually works, which I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I'm incredibly skeptical that it would work. I think, you know, I don't think the internet infrastructure is there for it to support it, but whatever.
I mean, Google sucks, right?
It's
Fuck Google.
Work, okay. All right. Continuing on, a new game is presented, and this game shows a roller derby basically, and it's very cartoony. Obviously, the graphics are very Fortnite-esque, but it's a roller derby game called Roller Champions.
Netflix TV series.
And they said, how long will you have to wait to check this game out?
Yeah, I think it would be better.
If you go on your PC to, I think it's like uplay.com or the Uplay client, you can get the pre-alpha version of the game for free, and it's available for this week to play for free, only on PC, though. So if you're not a PC gamer, you cannot check out Roller Champions, but apparently you can test it out. I mean, it would be cool. I would definitely like that, but I can't play it because my PC can't handle new PC games, so I guess I'm left out because they didn't put it on consoles because they're assholes.
Because they're assholes. Now, I think Square announced a PC game, and he was like, "Oh, it's at PC, man. Pretty cool, right?" And then he moved on. But this, he's so passionate about that. He wanted to try it. Really, he wanted to try this game, but the other game that looked interesting, he didn't want to. He didn't care that it was on PC. And why are they fucking assholes? Oh no! Oh god, guys, they put a game on PC. You know what? I can complain. I'm a Mac guy. I'm a Mac cuck, and they don't fucking put anything on the Mac. So it's bullshit. You know, Mac's been around for years, and you're telling me they can handle PS4 tier games? Come on, guys. I have a feeling that my Mac can handle MGS5, okay? And you know, I know. So I Soul Dad guy says back blows dick. Well, guess what? Nothing I could do. Look, I did nothing wrong. So it's not my deal. It's the game companies. They need to be more okay that Apple exists. They need to stop being prejudiced against Apple. What did Apple do to you? Nothing. Apple is innocent. They only do dumb shit with their customers, not to other game developers. Wow, you're just buying overpriced shit. Well, I like its simplicity, and the Apple logo is pretty cool. Soul Dad guy, big up to the Apple logo.
All right, they didn't explain when it's coming out or anything like that. And then one final game, they said, where do when the people need help, they call on the gods. But where do the gods go when they need help? You. A new game called Gods and Monsters that's going to be a part of mythology, like mythological creatures.
A part of mythology.
And you're going to be someone trying to help the gods by fighting the mythological creatures and defeating them and stuff like that. And this game was announced. It's coming out February 25th, 2020. And that's it.
Now, that game was made by the people who did Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Didn't mention that, and he doesn't even sound interested in that. That game could have been fun, but let me guess why DSP did not care about Gods and Monsters. Because of cartoons, dude. It has cartoons. Fuck cartoons. Cartoons are for kids. He's a big boy. He doesn't need cartoons. He's an adult man.
I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. They ended it. It just ended. And then they went to, remember I told you, they said, oh, we're going to show you exclusive gameplay of like Rainbow Six later, a tournament between celebrities or whoever. They cut to that. And they started doing that, and everyone was like, what is this? So it ended out of nowhere. So I just want to give you guys some perspective here, okay? Ubisoft. What do you think when you think Ubisoft? Well, Watch Dogs, that was a good one. Okay, maybe Ghost Recon. But outside of that, okay, Assassin's Creed, a no-show. But we kind of expected that. Beyond Good and Evil 2, you know, that ginormous game that now you've been hyping for at least 2, if not 3 years. And at every E3 you show a little bit more. Nothing?
Now, I don't think Beyond Good and Evil is like a staple game from Ubisoft. I don't think when you say Ubisoft, you think Beyond Good and Evil. I mean, I didn't even know it was an Ubisoft game, to be honest. But what he should have said was, this game has been in development for so long, and they finally announced it and showed stuff of it, and then not to have it as a no-show for this year seems a little weird, or something, to not even mention it. Because, like, that game was announced in, like, 2000, 2001, and then it vanished, and then it came back, like, 3 years ago, and it's still, like, nowhere near done. But he doesn't want to focus on that. He thinks that it's, like, pertinent to Ubisoft, I guess. Okay.
Nothing. Not even a status update. Oh, we're still working on it. Nothing. They pretend like it doesn't exist.
They pretend
Splinter Cell. Exist. Nothing. Zero. Nothing Splinter Cell whatsoever.
Zero. Well, that is a little bit to be expected. It's been, like, so long since the last Splinter Cell game. So I kind of don't know why people would still expect that over Beyond Good and Evil, but whatever.
And let's face it, every year Ubisoft usually gives us something kind of interesting or different. And yeah, like the roller derby game, alright, and this Gods and Monsters, but like this conference, just like, no, oh, that's right, Skull and Bones. What about ever happened to that game? You know that game, the pirate game, that we were all saying was going to compete with Sea of Thieves? It seemed like two companies were making the same game. Nothing. It was a whole lot of fucking nothing. So I'll recap. Assassin's Creed Symphony, Watch Dogs Legion.
Recap the recap, dude.
A new television series called Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet. Rainbow Six Siege is getting a new content update. Adventure Time characters in Brawlhalla. Shane from The Walking Dead is playing the main character, John Bernthal, of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which is coming out in October, but we have no idea what the hell the game is because they didn't show any real gameplay.
No real gameplay, dude.
A mobile RPG game called Elite Squad coming out. Just Dance is coming out again in November. For Honor is getting a DLC. Rainbow Six Quarantine is a new 3-player co-op game coming out next year. The Division 2 is for free this week and is getting 2 DLC updates. Uplay Plus on PC, so you can play PC games for $15 a month. Roller Champions, and Gods and Monsters. The whole conference was less than an hour and 10 minutes long, if you actually timed it. And if you took out the symphony and the dancing, this thing was barely 45 minutes. I mean, again, if there's ever been a case in point that E3 is kind of outdated and we don't need these conferences anymore.
Outdated?
We didn't need it. All they needed to do was present Watch Dogs Legion and say, we're done, and turn the whole thing off. There was nothing else that they really showed that was of any interest to anybody without any kind of...
Of course, no one cares about the games he doesn't care about, so no one was interested in the Division. No one was interested in the roller derby game. No one was interested in Gods and Monsters. You can really hear he's interested through apathy. But okay.
Concrete information, you know, like
and again, 1 year that was bad. Like, there was bad E3s before. This isn't the first time E3's been a dud. Like, 2008 or 2009 was the one that was, like, the worst. Like, let's go to, that one Nintendo conference. Nintendo E3 2008.
In the past.
No, I don't want Iwata to be part of this. He did too much for us. We're not gonna put him through that. Where is that one part? I want this one part.
But what about the games that travel with you? Every year, portable games take a bigger bite of the total software pie. What's driving this growth are new players.
Hype.
Who are they? Well, here's...
When you're a gamer, this was, like, exciting. Oh my god, software sales? Hell yeah, I'm hyped. Hell yeah. Whew. Man. Profits? Oh, I'm so glad Nintendo made a profit off the DS.
A giant clue. In 2005, 30% of all DS recipients were female. Now, recipients are defined as those who...
Dude, imagine if this was if someone did a graph like this in current year.
Either bought a DS for themselves or asked for and received one as a gift.
Oh boy.
By 2006, the percentage of female players jumped to 46%.
Of your shit did you lose?
And last year,
it
almost reached...
I got a lot. I was really hyped for No More Heroes 3. That I was driving home. I was at red lights. I would just kind of peruse. I was following Wario on Twitter. He was posting like all the announcements. So I was like, okay, Luigi's Mansion 3. It looks okay. Solid game. And then it's like, okay, Dragon Quest 11. Okay, don't really care about Dragon Quest. Whatever, cool. Dragon Quest guys in Smash, whatever. And these were like announcements that were just kind of like lukewarm to me. It was like, okay, whatever. And then I got to fucking No More Heroes 3, and I was like, what? What? Nintendo, you had like a boring E3 for like 10 minutes, and then you just amped it up after that, because then it was like fucking, No More Heroes 3, Astral Chain, Breath of the Wild 2, fucking Banjo-Kazooie, fucking, like it was non-fucking stop. Nintendo just fucking won, man. But yeah, so he's basing E3 is dead off of this year when we had press conferences that dealt with fucking numbers and fucking sales. Because that's what gamers want to know.
Ubisoft has done way better in the past. Now, they've had some bad years too, but this was just a waste of everyone's time. Like, I was, getting hyped for a conference, and you watch this, you're like, why am I doing
the best
I could not
Nintendo
pay
conference.
attention. I was already falling the fuck asleep during this convention. And it's like, what happened here, man? So, in my opinion,
I was kind of sad there was no Bayonetta 3, but the games they had were good enough for me to be like, okay, cool, and I moved on. Like,
actual gameplay of it.
Like, they had a good presentation for Astral Chain, honestly. I am more hyped for that game than I was last year.
Contributions, and I will react to what people have said here. So, first of all, we start off with actually, it was DJ Runo who cheered first. So I should get DJ Runo up there because we thought that the cheering wasn't working, but actually it did. So let's go ahead and get him up there.
Good thing we know. Yeah, he thought that he was losing his collector shit while I was
X Legacy 214 took me $20 and says, I feel like
dude, that trailer was so cool. It was like fucking like oh, it's a July 4th or something, and then he comes up and then he's just like fucking awesome. You know what's cool? You know what I noticed in that trailer? Hold the phone. We gotta do this. Look at this shit. What game is that? I feel like that's a reference to a game.
Was today the 4th of July? If not, is the Empire striking back or what?
Is the Empire
Looks like things are gonna get weird today. Hey, she!
I wonder if this is gonna tie into Travis Strikes Again, like the story of that. There, see, that is the same pose that he did in No More Heroes 1 when he got into the fucking, like, mansion or whatever. He was like, boom.
As you can see, things got all funky real quick. There's probably some planet-eating type dude waiting for me up ahead.
Planet-eating type
dude. Powerful and trying to take over the world or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, then you get some gameplay, too. Look at this. Oh, wrestling moves! Oh, dude, I'm so glad wrestling moves are in this game. I love the wrestling moves.
But don't you worry, a hero descends. What? There are no heroes in this world?
Now look at this scene. There's a fucking Triforce right here. Triforce, dude. It's a cool reference. I didn't pick it up the first time. The second time, I was like, holy shit, Triforce.
Oh, but there totally are.
My
name is Travis Touchdown. I'm the last hero around, here to save the world. I'm also just a passing assassin.
Oh yeah.
Now let's do this. Start the game.
Oh, that's a good trailer in my opinion.
Welcome back, Outriders, to the Garden of Madness.
And it's coming to. I wasn't even expecting a date. Like I was just expecting either just like a title, like oh look, No More Heroes 3, then just move on. But we even got a fucking year. If I weren't so distracted by everything Square showed, I'd be upset about Nintendo. I'm not upset about Nintendo. Like there's like only like Bayonetta 3 was like a bummer that it wasn't there, but they had good games to show. It wasn't like they had nothing. My guess is that they were developing Bayonetta. They added a mechanic that's really similar to Legion and Astral Chain. I don't necessarily think that. I think what happened was because like some guy that was working on Bayonetta 3 left the company, and I think they have to kind of finish the game, but they have to kind of work with what they have, and I think they're restructuring the game a little bit. They're retuning it. And I think they also just want to work on Astral Chain to get that out so they have a game to release. Because I think Astral Chain is like a game that they worked on as well. I'm not saying that Astral Chain is like a throwaway game, but they probably were just like working on these games in tandem. And it's like, okay, the guy is thinking for Bayonetta 3. Let's just focus on Astral Chain since that's more closer to completion, and we'll come back to Bayonetta 3. Because I think they either, it's weird. I don't know what's going on with Bayonetta 3. Kamiya created Bayonetta though, and he's still. Yeah, but Bayonetta 3 is not Kamiya entirely though. It was someone else that was working on it because Kamiya, like he is not. He did Bayonetta 1, and he, I think, became a producer for 2, and I think he was a producer for 3. I don't think Kamiya has like a huge role in Bayonetta 2 and 3 because the guy left, and people are saying that's the reason why it's like not around.
The Tom Clancy games to death. It seems like every game they talked about was Tom Clancy. Literally, the only game I care about and I'm excited for is Watch Dogs. Excited to hear your take. Well, funny
dude,
you said.
Ubisoft like made bank on Tom Clancy. Of course, there's a lot of Tom Clancy, dude. Every year they talk about Tom Clancy. This year was no different. Come on.
That Rainbow Six Siege is Tom Clancy. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is Tom Clancy. The mobile game Elite Squad is Tom Clancy. Rainbow Six Quarantine is Tom Clancy. The Division 2 is Tom Clancy. So more than half the conference was Tom Clancy. You're absolutely right. You're 100% correct. It seems like Ubisoft at this point has nothing but things based off some kind of like.
You know, I remember Frank did an interview with Kamiya and he asked him about the blocking, like why he blocks people on Twitter, and he just says that he does it just for fun. But he mostly says it just so like he does it because of redundancy. Like he just doesn't care for redundancy on his feed. But he does it just for fun, I guess, something like that. it's very very wacky.
Very espionage.
Kamiya just doesn't give a fuck, honestly. I think that's what it is. He just doesn't give a fuck.
It's all fucking Tom Clancy. I don't know. You know, why is there nothing else? You know, they did try. I mean, they're not. It's not like they didn't try with Roller Champions and this other game. But you're right. It's kind of lame that half the conference is Tom Clancy at this point. I mean, at this point, you might as well put Tom Clancy characters in fucking Just Dance. Continuing on,
I feel like they probably did for 1 year.
Sam Fisher, but no new Splinter Cell. They might as well have shot me on stage. Master Shake tipped $1 and said, "Shout out to Ubisoft for releasing Just Dance 2020 for the Nintendo Wii. It's weird to be seeing it come to the
maybe
Switch
he's
and the Wii
really
in 2019.
preoccupied
Well,
with it
if
then.
anything, if that doesn't explain to you that Just Dance is not... hold on. If that doesn't explain to you that Just Dance is not for the mainstream gaming audience that's watching E3... They're selling it on the fucking Wii. A two-generation outdated console they're selling this game for.
They're selling a game on
when
the Wii?
In reality,
no.
anyone who's a gamer watching E3 obviously has a more modernized console, but the reason they did that is because they know it's a casualized game for casualized gamers who aren't watching E3, and some of them only own a Wii.
Well,
they never bought.
Well, Ludwig, I think there's a balance with that. It is for the investors, but I also think it is for the gamers. I think it's for both. And like that Nintendo press conference where they talked about fucking sales numbers. Like, sure, they might do that for their investors, but I also think investors are probably fine of just them going over game trailers. There's nothing wrong with that. I think there needs to be a happy balance with what they show investors and what they show people at E3. You know, like, yeah, it's for investors, but I think there's a line. Because everyone can watch E3. It's not like E3 is like is 100% a business meeting, because I think investors also have business meetings about their games anyway. It's not like E3 is the only time investors go check them out. They have meetings with investors like consistently. E3 is not the only time for that.
On another console after the fucking Wii. Pretty funny, huh? Okay, continuing on. Oglop Trainer did a 100-bit cheer and says, judging from 2018 and 2019's February and spring releases and all the stuff coming out in March 2020, it looks like March and April is becoming the new hardcore gaming season. I mean, it seems to me that there's something, like maybe that's the end of the financial year for these companies or whatever, and even though they realize that they can actually get some bonus sales at the end of the year for Christmas, that season now is becoming too bloated, and so now what they're seeking to do is push their games to the first quarter of next year, and that's all well and good, except that so many people are doing it that now the idea that we don't want to cannibalize ourselves around Christmas, put it in the spring, now means everyone's in the spring, we cannibalize each other again. You see what I mean? I am one of these people that I don't understand why there aren't games in the summer. Why are there so few?
There are games in the summer. Astral Chain is August. Wolfenstein is July. Kill la Kill is July. My Friend Pedro is June. Mario Maker 2 is June. I mean, there's games in the summer, but he just doesn't play them. Like, you really think he's gonna play Astral Chain?
New releases in the summertime. It's an ideal time. Most kids are out from school looking for something to do. Most other people are working jobs because they're not in school and stuff. They can work jobs and make money now for the summer. They have money to blow.
Oh, this is a great picture. the help pose or whatever. But this kind of shows DSP as like this is boomer thinking. Kids play video games. Kids buy video games. Like this is like the mentality that games are for kids. That they should structure releasing games for kids. It's that, but also at the same time, like kids don't buy video games. They don't have any money. DSP. They have to go to their parents. Well, do you think their parents are gonna be like, okay, little Billy, here's $60. Go buy a Mario Kart, like, and then he says like, oh, people are working in the summer, they have money to blow, so they don't get paid any other day. So in the spring and the fall, during that time they don't get paid. They wait till the summer to get paid. I mean, if that's the case, you might want to get a new job.
Why the fuck don't games come out in the summer? I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
But definitely, I agree with you that, like, it seems like the spring now is going to just be insane at this point. Like I said, between late February, March, and April.
Oh, Soul Daddy Guy, am I getting it? Grand Blue versus Fantasy. I need to see more of it. I kind of like it. I like Arc System games. It kind of reminds me of Guilty Gear. So I probably am going to get it at some point. But I'm saving up for Kill la Kill. That's my priority. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, that game looks like it's a shovelware game or whatever," but I'm hyped for that game. I'm going in with the mentality, with the expectation that it's just gonna be a fun game. So I'm sure that's what I'm gonna get. It might not be a well polished game. It might have some clunky aspects to it, but it looks fun to me. So I'm more hyped for that, and I want to get that limited edition. Whenever they fucking put it up. They said they're going to do it internationally, that limited edition, and yet they still haven't put up the fucking limited edition. I want it, Arc System. Put it up. Come on. But you plan on playing with the English dub? Yeah, I listened to that show on English dub, and it's a good dub. Ryuka has a good English voice. Sasuke has a good English voice. Like, the dub is good. The only character that has a bad dub is Nui Harime. Nui is the worst dub in that, but I think also in the sub they also made her voice kind of annoying too, intentionally. But the dub is good. The sub is fine. I think the only character I don't like that was subbed is Gamagori. He sounded a little ridiculous to me, and I didn't like that. I like Gamagori's English dub a little bit more. I like the dub more, so fuck it, Subi, dude.
We're going to have 15 major releases from what we're seeing.
I'm a filthy dubber. Let me be,
how
dude.
packed things are getting right now. DJ Runo Charity says, can we have Terminators in Phoenix right now, too? Yeah. Terminator will say, objection. And he crashes through the fucking podium. Okay, anyway, that's stupid, but... Continuing on, Mr. Primavera Charity said, Just Dance is now that's what I call music of the video game
That guy's
world.
joke is really
Pretty
stupid.
much.
I agree. It's not like DSP.
You're absolutely right. Joel took me $2. And continuing on, Mr. Primavera Charity said, Just Dance is now that's what I call music of the video game world. Pretty much. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Joel
oh my god,
took me
guys.
$2.
There's
and
a
he
music
says,
collection.
I don't know why you're so hard on mobile games. In 2018, total global gaming market was worth $137 billion. 51% of that is mobile. It's growing. FYI, console and PC are neck and neck with $34 billion and $32 billion, respectively. Joel, I'm not downplaying mobile gaming. In fact, I said this. Mobile games make more money than console. We knew that. And mobile games make more money than PC.
But they don't watch the conference, okay?
We knew that. And the reason is because it's a market where it's easy to play. You immediately get the game for free. You download it to your phone immediately. Okay? So, okay, great. And then you do microtransactions out the ass. It's an addictive model. It preys on people's weaknesses and the fact that people get addicted.
Sounds like DSP to me.
And it's stupid as hell, in my opinion.
Stupid as hell.
But it happens. Everyone's, you buy a mobile game, you're going to spend a few bucks on it. So, the thing is, this market is not this market. Is there crossover? Sure. I myself have played mobile games before. But people who are hardcore into console game aren't going to be hardcore into mobile games. People that are hardcore into mobile games won't be hardcore into PC games. You see what I mean? Like, there will be some crossover, but it's a different demographic. Much like I just said, the Just Dance demographic is not the main gaming demographic who's watching E3. The people who play these games primarily aren't the E3 audience. Now, there's some exceptions. Fallout Shelter, absolutely 100%. There was a crossover there. But
that's okay.
You're now taking
right?
your E3 conference to present multiple mobile games that aren't out yet, and we don't even know if they're going to be good. And, you know,
he did last night
about your new games. Where's Beyond Good and Evil? Where's Assassin's Creed? Where's Splinter Cell? Oh, new mobile game. You're counterproductive. You actually make people not like you more because you wasted their time not presenting what they're watching E3 for. The core audience.
Look how childish these entities are. You didn't show what I like. I hate you. I thought that's immature and impatient ADHD kids, DSP. Why don't you give Ubisoft a chance? Why don't you be patient, DSP? Come on.
Audience that watches E3 is looking for new major gaming releases on PC and console, not on mobile. All right?
All right.
Now, this could change over time if we see more robust mobile games or whatever. But, quite frankly, in my opinion, it's a waste of everyone's time, and I agree with people who say that I think it's a waste of everyone's time. However, Joel, you're absolutely correct. Mobile games are the most profitable gaming market there is. I'm not saying that they don't have a place. I'm saying E3 is not the place.
E3 is not
That's
the
what
place.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
A place where investors can go to watch
Mega
it.
Racist Gamer tipped me $1 and started insulting Asians or something, so I'm not even going to read it.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, there has to be a balance. Like, announce games that gamers want and then announce stuff for the investors. But according to GSP, they shouldn't do any of that. Fuck that. You're there for the gamers. This is just for gamers.
Thank you very much for the tip regardless. Continuing on, DJ Runo cheered and said, for many years, E3 had a heavy console focus. For once they have something for PC, and now they're assholes. I don't think that. Like, I guess what you're saying is Roller Champions or whatever, and also the Uplay only for PC. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying...
Oh. That's why he was okay with Battalions being on PC. Because he got called out for calling people assholes for having them on PC. Time to roll it back, dude.
Roller Champions looks like a game that would be perfect on console as well as PC. Why is this only going to be on console? And let's face it, Roller Champions probably will eventually be on console. So why not have the free alpha on console right now?
Because maybe the alpha doesn't work on consoles. It's a fucking alpha. Like, out of all the stuff that's going on with gaming and betas and shit, like, alphas are still somewhat still, like, a thing. Like, they're still kind of, like, rare and like, in development. So, I mean, alphas mean more than what betas mean currently. Betas kind of mean nothing at this point. But alphas still mean something for the most part. So, it's kind of dumb to be like, why is it on console? Because it's a fucking, like, alpha. They probably don't even have the dev kit for it to be on, or not dev kit, but like they don't have the whatever. They didn't put it on console yet. It's a work in progress still. God damn it.
Now, I understand it's a much easier platform to release on PC. I get that. It is. You don't have to go through the hoops of Xbox Live and PlayStation Store and shit like that. But still, that's not fair. You have a diverse customer base watching E3 for console and PC. Oh, here's a great game that's coming to everything, but you can only play it for free on PC now. Lack of effort. That screams lack of effort to me. That's why I'm upset about that. Spitzer Charity says, this year's E3 has been really fucking lackluster. I think it might have to do with the fact that we're at the end of the console cycle. More companies are moving to streaming and live service options. Yeah, and it's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it makes more sense that it's winding down now. Because why would they announce, like, the PlayStation 5 isn't out yet. The price isn't announced for any of these consoles yet. We don't know anything about anything yet. So why would they start announcing PlayStation 5 games? Because they also probably don't want to announce games for the new Xbox console yet when it doesn't even have a name. And they also probably don't want people to assume that's an Xbox exclusive, and then people will be like, hey, are you putting this on the PS5? Then having to, like, answer that question a million times. They're probably waiting for, like, next year to announce next-gen games. It's kind of obvious that that's what they're doing, but Okay, DSP. They needed to mention next gen right now.
It's kind of weird. And the reason I say that is we're talking about new consoles. We just yesterday at Microsoft's press conference, we talked about Project Scarlet, and everyone got hyped for it. But it seems to me there's a major focus on Project xCloud, Google Stadia, Orion for Bethesda that's going to make their games more viable for streaming. So why are we getting excited for the new generation of consoles if what we're being told is games won't need a console or a PC to run anymore? You're just...
This is a wheelchair symbol. This is wheelchair symbol right here, pure and simple. He thinks just because people are excited for streaming services that we shouldn't be hyped for consoles anymore. The reason why people are hyped for streaming services is just the convenience. It's not, oh, this is gonna replace fucking games, man. Like, people like the idea of downloading games digitally, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna be happy about no disk drive. Like, because when Microsoft announced that Xbox One that didn't have a disk drive, did you see a lot of people like roaring and like cheering? Hell yeah, no disk drive, baby! Like, the whole point of streaming is just convenience of it, not that I was gonna replace fucking discs and shit.
Just gonna stream the game over the internet, right? So if there was confidence in the technology of streaming over the cloud, why are we worried about new consoles and why are we still hyped? You see what I mean? It almost...
So what DSP would much rather have... Okay. So DSP's acting as if, like, he's not gonna complain. Like, let's say that Nintendo... We'll go with Nintendo because he is so fair to Nintendo, right? So let's say Nintendo comes out and says, guys, we're gonna make a new console. And this console you will only be able to stream it. You're not going to be able to play the game offline. The game can only be played at home. You cannot take it out at all. No options, nothing. You play it the way that we want you to play it. Nintendo's new console is terrible. They give you fucking no options. We have to play online all the time? That's fucking stupid. What if the power goes out? What if the internet goes out? And the Switch? That gave you the option to go outside with the games. Now they're not giving you an option at all? Wow. But now he's all about developers not giving people options. So he would be okay with the new Xbox and PlayStation not giving players options to play either streaming the way that they want or to own the game. And honestly, like... Look at Scott Pilgrim. That game, that beat-em-up game that was actually kind of fun, you can't get that game anymore. Because the developer is gone, that company, like, fucking is over, and you can't get the game anymore. The license is expired, Sony can't sell it anymore, so it's gone. It's gone forever. Unless you downloaded it. But if you deleted it for whatever reason, or your PlayStation died, and you can't back up the game, you're fucked.
Seems to me like there's a skepticism in the air that even though all these companies are working on it, that it's not going to be what they're pretending it's going to be at launch. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, I kind of think it's... I agree, like, I don't think that it's going to be as good as they say it is. I think that it's going to end up not really being great for most people. The only way you're going to be able to play these games over the cloud or whatever is going to be that if you have an insanely good internet connection.
Maybe that's why we're still getting new consoles, DSP. And also, just because things get, like, streamed, it doesn't mean that makes the resources any better. Like, it's so dumb. And also, if they stream games, let's say, do you think that, like, Sony's gonna let you stream games for, like, $8 a month? I mean, they fucking did, PlayStation Now, which is a big ripoff, price. What did he say, Soul Dad guy? Oh, it's a YouTube link. I'm gonna copy the link address. Let's see what this is about. Oh, a new trailer of this. Oh. Well, this is Japanese, so I'll have to watch it on my own time. I don't want to get... I don't want this to be blacked. But thanks for showing me that.
And you're not live streaming, by the way. Good luck streaming a game while you're also live streaming. It would have to be you're playing it for yourself only, offline, and or playing. Imagine now you're streaming the game over the cloud, but now you're playing it multiplayer. So now you have more bandwidth usage. You see what I mean? Like, I definitely don't think that that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a problem.
Again, maybe that's why they're giving you a fucking option. That's why people are still hyped for fucking consoles, dumbass. Why is not for consoles? Here's reasons why streaming doesn't work all the time, and it's not like, why some people might not want to use it. Oh my god, he's so dumb. Maybe Kat needs to tell him about that, but then again, I don't think she's any brighter.
Live service option, streaming option. But again, it's weird, because if we really were going gung-ho to the streaming, why are we emphasizing the release of new consoles coming out soon, right? It's very weird to me.
It's very weird to me. Here's reasons why streaming might not work, and not a lot of people might be hyped for streaming. Oh my god, DSP, fucking, he has a business degree and he doesn't figure it out. It blows my fucking mind. He says, like, oh, he's so dumb. This is like so dumb to say. I can't believe he doesn't realize it.
Eternal Napalm Charity says, I'm getting good vibes about Square Enix this year. I think we will see a new Nier and also a cool new IP outside the Avengers.
A new Nier, oh sure.
I'm keeping an open mind. Square Enix took Square Enix this year. I think we will see a new Nier and also a cool new IP outside the Avengers that'll launch with the new consoles. I'm keeping an open mind. Square Enix took over Sony's spot, which was the prime fucking spot for E3. So we'll see, I guess.
Spot for E3.
It's also the last major conference. There's no other major ones after this. Yes, Nintendo has a direct thing tomorrow, but it's the last major conference.
Yeah, he doesn't count that fucking Nintendo, right? Because he's such a huge fan.
We'll have to see. Egg Gangster cheers. It would be kind of fun if you played Just Dance on stream. I can't. There's nowhere to do it. There's no room in my office for a motion control game. It's too small. Perp Drank the Drunk.
Wait, what?
Egg Gangster cheers. It would be kind of fun if you played Just Dance on stream. I can't. There's nowhere to do it. There's no room in my office for a motion control game.
There's no room. So the desk thing that he has to hold this up, he can't push it closer to the TV or something and then just dance? No, I can't do it. Impossible. Okay.
Too small. Perp Drank the Drunk. No, Perp Drank the Drank. Did a $1 tip and said, I tried to tell you about Grandma Grams showing up in Watch Dogs 3 and you told me to fuck off. Thanks, man. I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what on earth you're talking about.
Wow.
So thanks for the $1 tip, but I don't remember telling anyone to fuck off about a Watch Dogs announcement. So
yeah, he says that to a lot of people.
Says it would be fun to see you and Kat do Just Dance. I just said we're not doing it.
I just told you we're not doing it. We have nowhere to go. We can't do it in the living room because Kat stupidly put our social security numbers on the fucking walls, so we can't do it there, okay? Personal information.
Right, so that is it for the Ubisoft 2019 E3 press conference. In my opinion, one of the worst in recent memory, if not the worst in years. I mean, out of everything they presented, very little substance. Outside of a new Ghost Recon game that doesn't look very good because we don't even know what the fuck it is. And Watch Dogs Legion looks great. And outside of that, the whole conference was pretty much a waste of everybody's time. We got one major conference left to Square Enix. Let's hope that it's good. All right? So whether you watch live on stream or you're watching this on demand on YouTube, thank you very much for watching my recap and reactions to the Ubisoft press conference. And hopefully see you for the last one, Square Enix. Thanks, everyone. Peace out. See you later.
Wait, how long is the
all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god, 47 minutes. He starts his stream in an hour, and I'm not gonna restream that because I kind of want to watch it first, then do a video on it. And I'm probably gonna pause a lot too. Hold on, let's see how long I've been going. You know what? Fuck it. I'll watch the Square Enix. Fuck it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my fourth and final recap and reactions segment of E3 2019.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna put the dish in the kitchen, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. It's going to take copious notes.
Coverage. We just finished watching the Square Enix live conference at E3 2019, and I have to say, at least in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, I felt it was the best conference of the big four that happened this year at E3, although, admittedly, being that I am a gamer who enjoys many different kinds of games, if you don't like JRPGs and you don't like the Avengers, you probably hated this conference. And I wouldn't blame you, because we're going to talk about it in a moment.
I wouldn't blame you.
Really, the primary games, if you don't like JRPGs and you don't like the Avengers, you probably hated this conference. And I wouldn't blame you, because we're going to talk about it in a moment. Really, the primary focus of this entire conference...
Why would you go to Square Enix and not expect JRPGs? Like, even normies know Square does fucking JRPGs. I'm sure my mom knows that too at this point. I mean, come on.
Was JRPGs and the Avengers, and that was it. Like, there was very, very few little other things glossed over during this conference. So I can understand, again, if that's not your cup of tea, you probably, I hated the Square Enix conference, man. It was the worst one. But for me, personally, as a big fan of JRPGs and also, you know, looking forward to an Avengers game, I thought it was probably the best conference of all of them, okay?
Of all time.
So, let's talk. First of all, the conference
The Avengers game looks okay. Like, it looks better than what I was expecting from it, but the one thing that I will say that I don't like is I think a lot of the character models look really bad. Like, I kind of feel like the character models need more polish. I feel like that they forgot to polish them. They look really bad to me. Hopefully they fix it. Hopefully they fix the character models.
An hour and a half. I think it was like about an hour and 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And it opened up with, of all things,
they had
Final
very
Fantasy
many
VII,
gameplay
which is exactly
in it.
what everyone wanted.
But
Everyone wanted Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay? And that's what they gave us. So, they opened up with
how dare they
tons
give
of
us Final
information.
Fantasy?
First of all, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is big enough of a game to fill 2 entire Blu-ray discs of content. Okay, that's how big of a game it is. What they're saying is, the game is so long and lengthy and has so much content in it that they actually are going to make it 2 separate games. Now, they didn't explain.
Now, someone in Discord was saying that Final Fantasy VII is not going to be 2, like, separate games. It's going to be one game that has, like, 2 discs. And I'm sure that's the case, but the one thing that I just don't understand with Square about this is that they fucking said, first, it's gonna be episodic. Okay, episodic how? Like, Kojima, Metal Gear Solid 5 episodic? Because Kojima said Metal Gear 5 was episodic, and that turned into, oh, this mission, instead of being called a mission, it's an episode. So, like, is it episodic in that kind of way, where, like, the chapters of Final Fantasy VII are episodes? Or is it episodic, like, actual episodic content? Like, that's the only thing I was stuck on. Because I don't think that I don't know. I don't know. They said it's episodic, then they said, oh, it's on a disc, and it's like, I don't know what to believe.
At all. Remember, we had heard previously, oh, this game's going to be episodic, right? This game's going to be an episodic release. And so a lot of us are thinking, gee, I wonder, you know, what that means. They're basically saying, the way that they explained it at the conference, it will be 2 games. Final Fantasy VII, which is 1 game, will be sold as 2 games. Did they explain pricing? No. But no. I'm almost of an understanding that it's going to be $60 and then another $60 in the future. That's kind of what I'm understanding from the way that they explained it tonight, even though they didn't outright say that, okay?
The only thing I could think of is that maybe it's like they're going to have like all the stuff together in one package, and that might be a little bit more expensive. And then they're going to split the game into episodes for people who want to have a cheaper experience, maybe? I don't know.
Actually said that the entire Midgar saga, so for those who don't know, Midgard is the first major kind of metropolis / area you're in, and there's other surrounding areas you go to, you know, to do stuff. But the whole saga, you know, formulated around the first, say, 1/3 of the game is long enough now to become its own game, and that's going to be the first game they sell, is going to be that whole saga. So $60, you know, what's it going to be? 20 to 40 hours of gameplay, you would assume, but they're saying that's going to be its own thing, its own game, and that's actually what's coming out next year. For those who don't know, last night it was actually announced that the release date is March 3rd, 2020, and so apparently
I like
March
how he
3rd,
has
2020.
to look at his notes like this. He doesn't put it on his lap. Like I mean, you don't want to put it on your lap, so you know why don't you pick it up like your phone? The Midgard Zone.
We're getting the first part of the game, $60, the Midgard Saga.
Oh
okay?
God, hit the mic.
All right.
Holy
so what
shit.
is that? March 3rd, 2020. And so apparently March 3rd, 2020, we're getting the first part of the game, $60, the Midgard Saga.
God
okay?
damn. What is the point of having it if you're just gonna hit it? Like,
all right. So what does that entail? Okay.
you know what? That kind of explains why I think he had that mic so high up before, so he could do the flails.
First of all, they show combat. Wow, actual
abuse.
real-time combat, and they're showing you how it works. So basically the way it works is it's an action-based hack and slash. You're going to be using Cloud and hacking and slashing with this giant Buster Sword. But what they're saying is the Buster Sword itself doesn't do a lot of damage. What actually the combat is based off of is building up the ATB gauge, of which you get two of.
Where do you get your...
Oh,
I got this at Hot Topic. Now you can do that great
either
store.
A special attack, use an item, or cast a
Wait,
magic
no,
spell.
actually... Well, I think that's where my brother got it, because I got this as a birthday gift. Yeah, this was a birthday gift to me. My brother got me tickets to see that Zelda Symphony, 2 years ago, I think. I think 2 years ago. I think it was 2016. Yeah, 2016. I was 26, dude, and he took me to that orchestra, and then they gave me this for my birthday. It was really nice. Hot Topic would sound like a place to get one. Hot Topic series of stores. But yeah, this was a gift for me. But I would assume it'd be Hot Topic. They kind of sell gamer shirts.
So they showed one of his attacks. I forget exactly what it was called. It was an ability where he did like a diving slash, and it did big damage to the enemy. Then he could use an item to heal, or you could use he was casting fire and stuff like that. So you have to dodge, actively dodge the enemies, dodge their attacks, hit them till you build up ATB, and then use your more powerful attacks in order to finish off the enemies. Okay? Then they said different characters will play differently. So then they show Barret. Barret comes into the fray, and they say he's completely ranged. Like, he really doesn't have anything up close. He's just constantly using his gun arm for ranged combat, and also he charges up abilities as well, just like Cloud. He can use different separate abilities and things as he charges up his ATB gauge, okay? Then, this is enemies will have a focus gauge and or stagger meter. I'm kind of remembering things like this from other games like Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts. I'm just saying, kind of a very similar combat.
Oh no, stagger meter. But didn't like Final Fantasy have stagger meters in like in a lot of their games? Okay, I don't know. I never played a lot of Final Fantasy games. I played like 13, the first 5 minutes of it, and then I dropped it.
System. But basically, you'll be doing regular attacks, charge up your ATB, do special attacks, until finally you get to a stagger meter. And once the stagger meter is depleted, now the enemy's stunned, and now you want to go in full force with all of your abilities to try to deal max damage while they're stunned and do bonus damage during this attack phase, okay? So, kind of like something we've played before, I'm just saying.
Kind of like something we played before. So if they tried something new, he would complain that this isn't how it played. Dude, how many fucking remakes has he played? There was like, this doesn't work in the real game. They changed it. What? And then it's like, okay, let's try to keep it somewhat similar to other games they played. This is just like the other games they played. What? Okay.
They also said the game will basically be action-based until you go to use your ATB gauge. When the ATB gauge segment is full, now you can freeze the combat, put it into slow-mo, and you can select what you want to do with your ATB, and the whole game freezes. So basically, it's like action, freeze the game to select what you want to do. Kind of like old-school turn-based RPG combat. I think that's what they were alluding to, is it's a hybrid action, but then you can pause the game, basically, to choose what you're going to do with your ATB gauge, like an old-school RPG used to do.
That is kind of cool.
But, important to note, they actually explain you don't have to play the game like that. You can actually have your abilities soft-mapped 2 buttons.
Oh, guys, the game has an option to either play like a normie that hates JRPGs, or you can play it with somewhat strategy. Do you think DSP is going to go with the strategic route or play the normie way? He's gonna play it the normie way. DSP, why don't you do the strategic combat? Why don't you do the freeze frame? No, I'm gonna play the way I want to play it, man. I don't want to play it that way. This way is much more fun. It sucks, but it's fun. I'll get this just in case.
So you can have right trigger be, oh, if I want him to do his buster slash, or left trigger is heal, right? So you don't have to actually pause the action to do those things. Once the ATB gauge fills up, you could have shortcuts to just do it on the fly quickly. So if you want it to be a constant, fast-paced action game, you can do that, or you can have it slow down and do the more turn-based stuff as well. It's totally up to you how you want to play the game, okay? Interesting to know. It's kind of a hybrid system, basically. So then they say, here's an idea of what the first boss will be like, and it's the Scorpion Sentinel, which is the actual first boss of the game, or Scorpion Tank, or whatever you want to call it. It's a tank with a big scorpion tail. It shoots lasers. It has bullets and missiles. It was the first boss of the game, and in reality, it wasn't so hard. But in this demo they're playing, holy fucking shit! Like, this thing takes 5-10 minutes to kill. It's got an insanely huge health bar. It's basically a
he's just biding time.
And think like other boss fights in, say, Final Fantasy 15.
Think Final Fantasy 15.
Phases. It'll start doing certain attacks in the early phases. You have to dodge, attack, build up your ATB, boom, boom, boom. Finally, you stagger it. Now you do tons of damage. Oh, phase 2. Now its attacks change. Its Scorpion Tail now charges up and does a super-powered blast that you have to hide behind cover to avoid, because if you don't, it'll hit you for insane damage. So you need to partially hide, then counterattack. And what I actually showed, which was kind of neat, Cloud hid so that when the laser tail came out, it went for him, and then Barrett rolled to the side and started attacking, and he was able to stun the boss, okay? Then they went into a third phase where the boss had a protective shield around its body, okay? And in its, you couldn't hit it.
No,
like
boss fights have phases.
Damage, blocked damage. So both Cloud and Barrett are trying to shoot and can't figure out how to hurt this thing. Then finally Cloud gets real close and he sees underneath it, there's like a little core that's exposed, and so if you get kind of underneath it, you can hit on this core, and once you damage the core, now the shield gets lowered, and now you can focus on damage. So these bosses are going to be very complex, have tons of phases of combat, and in reality, when they say, oh, the Midgar Saga, or Midgar, I forget if it's Midgar or Midgard, I think it's Midgar, no D at the end.
Midgout.
If their saga is one game, a whole game, like let's say it's 40 hours long, okay? More than likely, that's going to be because, number one, there's actually going to be voice-spoken dialogue in the cutscenes. That's going to take longer than just, you know, text on the screen. And number two, because the combat's going to take way longer. It's not going to be simple turn-based combat over and over. It's going to have these unique generated fights where you're expected to do certain strategies and use certain tactics to kill these enemies.
It's probably fun if you're playing it, but watching it might not be fun. I don't know.
It's going to take a lot longer to get through the fights than it did in the original game.
I don't think it's going to be that long, honestly. I don't think they're going to make it that.
I'm going to be very honest. Like, I don't know how this is going to translate, and what I mean by that is I think the story may be way better than the original game, especially if they're fully voice acting with new dialogue rewritten to make more sense, and if the character motivations are a little bit more fleshed out and the like. Because honestly, in my opinion, when I played Final Fantasy VII, I hated Cloud. I thought he was one of the worst main protagonists ever in RPG.
I hated Cloud. Look at me, I'm a special snowflake, dude.
That didn't have any kind of clear-cut motivations. And he's emotionless, he's boring. All the other characters were more interesting to me than the fucking protagonist of the game.
Of course he will,
and that's really what made me trying to turn me
will.
off to the plot of the game, because I didn't care about Cloud. I cared about everyone else and not him. Maybe finally they will actually do something in the plot to make it more interesting with more dialogue and more elaboration on it. I don't know. That could definitely add to the length of the game. And of course, if the combat is drawn out, it's going to make it long. But what I'm worried about, my honest opinion, what if the combat becomes too grindy? What if, okay, every boss is like a 20-minute fight? You know what I mean?
He hates Cloud because he wants to be a special snowflake that hates a popular game. He's literally that forum poster guy you see that's like, oh, you guys like Halo? Well, Halo actually sucks. I mean, it's a terrible game. Master Chief is a shitty character. If you like Halo, I guess you like shit too. I like real games like... you know, whatever. He's one of those people.
Almost like an MMO, where you're all, oh my god, we got to keep wailing on it phase after phase. Oh, dodge, now hit the weak point. Now you're doing this. Every boss becomes a ginormous task, a big grind. I mean, what if every fight becomes like that, right? Is the combat
but doesn't he say that JRPGs are always a grind? And grind is great for interaction? So wouldn't this be, like, perfect for interaction?
Fun, or is it going to become, because every enemy is like a fucking damage sink, that it just becomes very, very repetitive and grindy? I don't know. This is just speculation. This is kind of what I'm thinking in my head as I'm watching this. I'm like, it looks good, but I'm worried, you know? In Final Fantasy VII, the original, turn-based combat, you get used to it, you can master it, you can turbo right through it after a while, and honestly, the boss fights, yeah, there's some really tough ones. I mean, you're talking about the ultimate weapon and shit, but outside of that, they're not that bad. You know what I mean? Like,
but
so
this is the beginning of the game. He doesn't think that...
nervous about this version.
Oh my god, he's nervous that he has to learn a game, guys. Very nervous. He can't cheese it, dude. He needs to find cheese.
All that, I'm trying to think. Oh, also, at one point in the boss fight, the boss starts repairing itself. And again, oh, find the weak point, interrupt it while it's repairing to stop it from repairing, or else it's going to get all its HP back, right? So stuff like that. So first of all, they said there will be a playable demo at E3. So those people at E3 actually get to play it. And then they said, now we're going to show you a longer trailer of the game that you haven't seen before. And they play it, and this trailer featured pretty much almost everything people wanted to see. Not only did it feature Cloud and Barret, which we'd already seen in action, but also Aerith, or Aerith. Her real name is Aerith, but I believe it's in the Western version she was called Aerith for some reason. So Aerith. And also Tifa, who everyone had wanted to see. No, you know, they'd never shown her before. They showed her not only in cutscenes, but also in combat. So basically 4 characters are the major players.
Oh my god, Tifa!
Later on, there's many more characters that get unlocked in the game, but we don't know how much the game is going to entail in this first saga that's going to be the first game released in March, right? So, they show it. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. It's actually one of the best-looking games out there, I would say. You know, graphics-wise. But then again, so was Final Fantasy 15. It really does feel like Final Fantasy 7 Remake is Final Fantasy 7 put into Final Fantasy 15. Like, it's the same engine, the same premise, and it's actually easier for them to develop because they have to finish the story. It's already done. You know what I mean? Final Fantasy 15, the story is so disjointed and messed up, and in this game, it's already done for them. All they got to do is superimpose that story, the story into a modern
but they didn't add any
new plot lines, right? That's really what it looks like they're doing.
Like a remake?
Okay. So, looks good to me. And, you know, again, March 2020 for the very first installment. This whole thing was like 20-plus minutes. It was long. It was a big chunk of this Square Enix presentation was Final Fantasy VII Remake. They really want people to get hype about it.
Yeah, because it's like it's one of their biggest selling games or something, you know? Like how would you think it would look for Square Enix to be like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII, here's 5 minutes, okay, let's move on. They'd be like, what the fuck, man? Final Fantasy VII kind of made them big. Like, Final Fantasy VII kind of got them their notoriety. It'd be kind of shitty for them to just be like, yeah, okay, fuck you. We're not focusing on it.
Then they announced several different editions. You got Standard Edition, you got Collector's Edition, and then you got the first Class
so that
Edition.
guy, I'm in between with that.
A model, it's like of Cloud posing with his Buster Sword, standing on the bike.
There's nothing wrong with lesbians in a game. You know what, so that guy, so, I disagree.
Like
2 lesbians in a Naughty Dog game, that's good for me.
Time,
I like that.
It's probably super expensive, so it's nothing I'm interested in, but maybe for
some fine for me.
You know.
We're okay with clickers coming back to life and eating people. I'm fine with that.
The next thing they show is Life
hey,
is
that's
Strange
cool
2.
too. You know, Gator's got to be in a game too, man.
Life is Strange 2 is out already, and 3 episodes have already been released out of 5. So why are they showing Life is Strange 2?
The only thing they need to represent is Greeks. More Greeks.
I have no idea. Apparently, they're trying to boost sales because
only one game.
Disappointed.
Greeks only show up in one game. We need more games. Where's the Greek representation? Fucking bullshit. You know, everyone is talking about the LGBT and this and that. You know, that's great. I'm happy for them, but what about me and the Greeks? Why are we getting more games with Greeks in them? Bullshit. All we got is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Wow. Thanks, Ubisoft.
Or else why would they be advertising a game that's already out at E3? E3 is to showcase new and upcoming content, not content that's already out. So,
well, yeah, but what's all bad again? The thing that I'm saying is that, like, I'm not saying that I agree with necessarily, like, forcing agendas in games or pandering to people like that. Sure, but, I mean, I know the argument about the lesbians in Last of Us, I always thought was a flimsy argument, in my opinion. But I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
But they spent a good 5 minutes showing snippets from Life is Strange 2 and stuff.
We don't need to talk about it.
So
we're watching Square Enix.
I guess they really need you to go buy Life is Strange 2. They were probably disappointed the game sold way less than original Life is Strange. Just saying. Okay.
Or they might as well just advertise the game
Final
while they're
Fantasy
at
Crystal
it.
Chronicles is getting a remaster on mobile and Switch. So if you like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, I believe it was originally a GameCube game.
Yeah, the game.
It's coming back as a remastered version on your portable devices and also on the Nintendo Switch. Okay. Octopath Traveler is getting a port for the PC. Previously it was only on the Switch. Now it's on the PC. Oh, by the way, that's live right now. That's good news, I guess, for people on PC who wanted to play it and didn't get to play it, right? Okay. Moving on. The Last Remnant Remaster.
Fuck you, Octopath. No, I never get why he is so against playing that game. It's like he wants to avoid it like a plague. And I said this before. I think it's because Cat has the Switch and he can't play it now. Cat has it. Can't do it. If it came on PS4, he'd consider it. I guarantee. If they port Octopath Traveler to PS4, he'd consider it in a heartbeat.
Is also now available right now on the Nintendo Switch. Now, for those who don't know, the Last Remnant is an action-based RPG. I played it. I actually played the Last Remnant along with Infinite Undiscovery and Lost Odyssey. I played all 3 of those games as RPGs in the year before I did videos for YouTube. I thought they were all good. I actually thought Lost Odyssey was the best one because it was more similar to traditional JRPGs I was used to. But Last Remnant's not a bad game. It was had some unique boss fights and things.
Pretty
that
good,
were fun.
Man.
Oh, by the way, Bambino says that First Class Edition of Final Fantasy VII is $329.
These are the figure
so there you
that's
go.
in
That's
it.
an additional $260 or so for that statue if you want that statue of Cloud and the motorbike. Okay.
Wow, cool.
All right, so
do you have a $500 statue, DSP?
Last Remnant, in my opinion, a good game. It's out on the Switch.
Why is he shooting on the price when he has like 500 statues in his closet?
But it's still kind of a fun game. I remember when I played it. Then they did actually a big segment advertising Dragon Quest Builders 2. This is a game I'm interested in because I've been playing Minecraft since December, and people have been saying, Dragon Quest Builders is a hybrid of kind of the harvesting and crafting and building of Minecraft combined with actual fun combat and stuff like that, exploration.
Tevin mentioned like that he could play the first Dragon Quest Builders, but he would just say, like, if you tell me, well, Dragon Quest Builders 1 is like $10, DSP, you could try it. No, the sequel's around the corner. Why would I play that? Why would I play the first game? The newest coming out is gonna have all the day 1 views, man. He needs to get the day 1 views, guys. Come on.
And Dragon
Quest
Quest
about the first
one
one now.
I like Dragon Quest Monsters and stuff like that. So they show a lot. First of all, the game has an actual plot, unlike Minecraft where it's just do whatever you want. Dragon Quest Builders has an actual plot.
Oh no! So that means that once he finishes the plot, the game is done. He's never gonna use it again. He's not gonna keep it in the chill rotation. So.
Character who's trying to basically save the world from monsters that are overcoming it, and you're trying to build and use the power of other villagers to help build stuff for you, so you actually have people you can command around, which is kind of neat. And there's a co-op partner. I forget what they said his name was, but basically there's a co-op character who helps you. It's not human control, but AI, but helps you in combat to overcome fights and stuff. And there's small-scale fights with enemies, but then there's large-scale giant boss fights, which is really cool. So it's kind of like Minecraft, but like the next evolution of Minecraft. Think everything from Minecraft, but also a robust plot with big boss fights as well. So it's kind of like added content. Looks good to me. They also announced there will be a 4-player cooperative co-op mode if you want to play co-op as well. So if you have
he can do with kicking.
You want to co-op with them, you have the ability to do that. It's not clear if it's like Minecraft where you have your own world that they have to enter, or if there's one co-op world. It didn't explain any of that. I don't know. I never played the first Builder, so I don't know how that works. But a release date, it's coming out July 12th, which is actually very freaking soon, which means maybe I'll be grabbing my Minecraft stuff soon. I don't know. But also, the demo will be available June 27th. Holy crap.
So you're going to try the demo?
Pretty cool. I definitely want to check that out, okay?
Oh,
so
he is going to check it out.
Good to me. Looks like a game that I may be adding to my repertoire as a chill stream style game. We'll have to see.
Repertoire.
Okay?
Of chill
All right, moving on.
Doubt
Dragon
it,
Quest
because you
11,
can't
which
do
was
new
one of my
games until
absolute
streams.
favorite games of 2018, is getting a new version on the Nintendo Switch this fall. It's called Dragon Quest 11S. I guess it's like the definitive edition. And this is not
The title is Dragon Quest 11S, the definitive edition. And I said, I guess it's the definitive edition. Yeah, I guess it is.
only going to include all the content from the original version on the PS4, but also has the ability to play the entire game in SNES or Super Famicom mode, which means it's basically top-down pixelated graphics like a traditional JRPG. This apparently was present in the Japanese version of the game, but was not present in the Western version when they sold it last year. Why they omitted that, I have no idea. I mean, it probably would have been cool to switch between the two modes, I think. However, that being said, it's not that big of a loss, but it might be cool to play the game with the old school pixelated graphics, okay?
Okay.
Plus, it's adding apparently a new chapter. Now, if you play the original game like I did, not only is the main quest long as hell, then there's an additional 20 to 40 hours of content after the main quest ends. Now they're adding another quest on top of that. Holy shit, that's a lot of Dragon Questing. So that's
Holy shit, it's a lot of content. Would be perfect for your chill streams. You could do JRPG nonsense. No, I can't do it. Fuck it.
Now, in the fall, no 100% release date on that, but it looks good to me. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Continuing on.
The
Square Collective. You may not know what that is. I didn't know what it was until this E3 presentation. Apparently, Square Enix has like a thing called the Square Collective where they basically work with indie studios to develop games and help them publish their games. And then they went and said, oh, here's all the games from 2016 to now. And I didn't recognize a single name of any of the games that they mentioned. They mentioned 2 new games coming out, which actually weren't new, which is hilarious. One of them is called Circuit Superstars. It's actually a Mexican-designed video game.
What?
I don't know of many video games that come out of Mexico.
Mexican-style game? What?
This may be a unique one. Basically what it is, though,
yes.
it's kind of like cartoony circuit racing. They have cartoon-looking cars that are based on real, like, sports cars. And you're racing a circuit, and you can have pit stops and stuff. It doesn't look great. It looks like a pretty basic indie game. And then there's another one called Battalion 1944, which I shit you not.
Whatever.
Looks
of course,
exactly
I like how he's kind of shitting on that. Yeah, so it was kind of weirdly racist. He kind of shat on it. It's like, oh, it looks pretty basic. It's an indie game. Like, does he? Okay.
Like Call of Duty, the old school ones, 1 and 2, or Call of Duty World War II. It's the exact same premise. The gunplay looks almost the same. You level up. You have challenges that you complete to get extra experience. You unlock rewards that put new colors and stickers on your guns. This all sounds familiar, right? It's exactly the same model as Call of Duty, old school Call of Duty. So it's almost exactly the same game. It's called Battalion 1944, and they're like, oh, that's out now. But what they didn't tell you is it already was out. It already was out. It wasn't like some big announcement that it's out now. It's already out on PC. But Circuit Superstars doesn't come out until 2020 at some point, undisclosed.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure DSP's definitely going to play that.
Square Enix always had an issue with their music. And what I mean by that is they never really made it openly available. Like, you always, if you wanted Square Enix music, you had to buy it directly from them or off of iTunes. You know,
it was not easy. You could buy the... Wait. So, buying some music is hard? Square Enix always had a problem with their soundtrack. You could buy it on iTunes, you could buy it on Amazon, you could buy it everywhere. Really weird. I think it's a little bit more hard to find No More Heroes music than that. I mean, Final Fantasy is easy to obtain. You go to iTunes, it's there. You just have to buy it. Oh no, you have to buy music, guys.
You know what I mean? Now, they've announced they now made their whole music library available to all streaming services. And they listed a ton. I think it was like Spotify and stuff like that. So now if you have those, you can immediately start broadcasting Final Fantasy soundtracks. Which, to me, sounds great because I fucking love Final Fantasy music. So that's just a no-brainer.
If you love it, then why don't you support the soundtrack and buy it? Oh, okay.
I guess they were just trying to make extra money or something by holding it, back and not letting anyone broadcast on those services. But now it's available on those services.
What? No one's broadcasting the music. It's a streaming service. You're not broadcasting it. Oh my god.
Okay. All right, continuing on. That was only about the first
He doesn't
half of the
understand
conference. And as you
streaming
can see,
for
if
music.
you're into Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's some good news. There was some good JRPG announcements and things in there. So you see, you love JRPGs. So far, amazing. Thumbs up for this conference. If you're not looking for JRPGs, you could have ignored the whole first half. You see what I mean?
See what I mean? You think that this company?
Now we're not talking about necessarily JRPGs. We're talking about MMOs. There was an update regarding Final Fantasy XIV Online. There's a new DLC called the Shadowbringers.
So this, I don't know if he says in this video, but he said in chat that he thinks it's disconnecting to gamers to have all these MMOs at E3. Now, I don't play MMOs. I don't sit there and think, oh my god, they need to remove these from the E3 and never have them ever again. Like, if there's a game I don't like, I just sit there and wait for a game I like. It's there you go.
Coming out July 2nd, they played a trailer, and it looked like there were enemies that kind of were skinned to look like they were covered in, like, white. I don't know if it was light or they were just colored white. I don't know. And there's plot involvement about the Elder Gods, and the Elder Gods are primals and stuff. And I'm listening to all this, I'm like, I don't have a clue what the hell's going on, because I don't play this game, and it's just not very accessible to an outsider to watch this and know what the hell's going on in it. But I'm sure if you're a fan of Final Fantasy XIV, you probably absolutely loved that segment.
Get him out of here.
You're happy there's a new DLC coming.
Get him out of here.
Okay. Okay. Let's continue on. Now this shocked me. I'm going to be very honest and open with everyone, and this honestly is one of the reasons I think some people might have hated this conference. We all know that one of the major games that is coming out from Square Enix is Dying Light. Dying Light 2, excuse me. We all know that. Like, Dying Light 2 is a game we've been anticipating for a while. We've heard at it for 2 straight E3s now. Finally, we hear it, and wow, we're going to get real concrete info about the game at the Square Enix press conference, right? No, nothing. I'm not even kidding. All they did, they played a gameplay trailer that we've already seen most of last year, and maybe a few quick extra snippets, and that was it. And they said coming out spring 2020, and they ended it. It was like, it's coming out in spring. You gave us like nothing at all.
Didn't they show that Xbox?
That they did that. I thought for sure this would be the conference where they boom, here you go. They didn't do any of that. It was very basic, very quick moving. And honestly, it makes me a little bit worried about the game, because at this late in development, if it's coming out within the next, say, year, why aren't we seeing more? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think at this point we would be seeing more, and we're not. And I think that might be a bad sign. Or maybe Square just didn't want to focus on it now. I really have no idea what happened here. It just felt really weird to me. It did. It felt really weird to me and out of place that they kind of just glossed over the game with no info. Okay?
Okay.
Then they announced 2 old school RPGs are going to get modern remasters, Romancing Saga 3 and Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions?
Copious notes.
Ammunitions? Attritions? I can't read my own handwriting.
Wow.
Anyway, 2 of those
Very
games
nice.
are getting remastered. I've never heard of them. Romancing Saga 3 kind of looked really good. Like, it looked like an old school RPG. And they added modernized, like, effects and stuff to it. I have no idea what either of these games are, though. And they just said, soon. Soon. It could be tomorrow. It could be this summer. It could be, when they say soon, it could be in the next decade. So, who knows, right? So, anyway.
Why is he so, petty about soon? It could be any time. What does soon mean? It means they don't have a date, dumbass.
That's coming up whenever they come out. Up next, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Now, for those of you who don't know, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is the incredibly...
I love that every time a company has a mobile game, he always stops what he's talking about. Guys, okay. Billman the game. Billman the game. Okay, if you guys don't know, it's a mobile game. Mobile games are mobile. Okay, an hour later. Alright, I'm going to talk about a game called First Fantasy Brave Man. Guys, if you guys don't know, it's a mobile game. And that's all he does. Like, that's really, really cool.
Popular mobile game from Square Enix. it basically is a huge fan service to fans of Final Fantasy because it adds in characters from all of the universes. We're talking the mainstream numbered Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy Tactics, the MMOs and MMO spin-offs over the years. It even has original characters that they add into it.
Oh, yeah,
and what it
is
a turn-based combat game where you, sadly, I hate to say this, have to pay to win to get good new characters. It's very hard to earn any in-game currency without paying any money. You can, but it's very scarce. And basically, you have to try to get your favorite characters.
I like how Cookie is about this game. Every other mobile game, we're doing a mobile game. You have to pay to win, and you have to put all this money into it. It's a fucking scam, man. Final Fantasy has a mobile game. Well, I would hate to say this, but you could pay to win. It's a mobile game. Okay. Is Square giving you a paycheck, DSP?
Fantasies, but in particular, you have to get certain ones, because certain events, certain characters will be favored, or certain characters will have certain abilities that help in certain events and stuff that they run. So there is a story-based campaign in the game, but then there's many modes that is the main meat of the game that's outside of the story-based campaign, okay? And this game, I played it for about, I'd say about a year, maybe a little longer.
A year.
And I was really into it, because I love Final Fantasy, and I had characters for Final Fantasy 4 and 6 and 7 and 10. Like, I had a lot of the good characters. The problem is, the game was a money sink. It was to the point where, like, the only way you could even get fun in the game, oh, new character released today with new event for the character, time to unload tons of money to pick randomized loot boxes and hope I get the rare character in the loot box, because if I don't, then I'm fucked, right? I hated it. I fucking hated it. Like, I want a game that you can play for a while and not have to constantly invest money in. And that game just became money, 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 money. On the flip side, I owned another game.
Now, he's complaining about mobile games. The Switch is mobile. He could play these kind of games downstairs while, you know, fucking around relaxing. But he doesn't want to do that because Cat's playing the Switch, dude.
Marvel game. I also don't play this one anymore either. But that game, after playing it for a while, you could earn the stuff without having to pay any money. And that one I liked. Over time, I played it for a long time. I played it for many years and before I quit. But this game is a fucking 100% a money sink. And I remember I played for about a year and a half. Because I remember I played in 2 Halloween events. I remember that. But then I just got so tired of it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to keep sinking any kind of money into this game. I can't. And it's ridiculous. Now, by the way, I quit this game a long time ago. You have some people, oh, does he put money into these games? No, I don't. I haven't played this game in years. I think it's been
I don't play this game in years.
Watch the thing, okay?
Okay. Weird
but
laugh,
anyway.
but okay. Anyway. Let's move on.
The reason I'm bringing this up, they're releasing a new game called War of the Visions, which is a tie-in to Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Apparently, it's still a mobile game, but this game looks very much like Final Fantasy Tactics to me. So if you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics, this is a grid-based system where you move around different elevations and you can cast different levels of spells that reach certain levels of spots. If you ever played Disgaea, it's very similar to Disgaea, only this game preceded Disgaea. So it kind of was the predecessor that inspired inspired Disgaea.
Of course. So if a game comes out after that game, it inspired it. So if I make a game that's a hack and slash, No More Heroes inspired it, dude. Obviously.
So it looks interesting to me, but the fact that this is made by the same company that made Brave Exvius makes me feel this game will be a pay-to-win game. If you want to proceed, you have to fucking buy the good characters through randomized loot boxes. I could be completely wrong, but I just want to forewarn everyone. You may have watched this press conference and said, oh, this sounds good. I heard that Brave Exvius is a good game because so many people play it. Dude, that game is an addictive, gambling money sink. So,
like a mobile game.
Buyer beware. You might get hooked and fuck yourself and spend a ton of money on a game that's just not worth it. That's from someone who used to play it and quit because I saw that's what it became. I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. Okay,
I don't want to be a part of it. It's too toxic.
So there you go. All right, continuing on. There's a new game coming out. It's funny because the first thing they say is this is not actual gameplay footage, and all it shows is like a very animated trailer of various characters shooting at what appear to be monsters or aliens. It's very hard to tell. In a combat setting. The game is going to be called Outriders, okay? It's made by a company called People Can Fly. For those who don't know, this is a company that worked on good games and bad games in the past. Good games like Bulletstorm, really bad games like Years of War Judgment, okay? So they're kind of a mixed bag. They said this game is going to be a
always has these weird games that...
And you make your own character, okay? However, what they did not explain is it first person? Is it third person? And the reason I asked that, Gears of War is third person, Bulletstorm was first person. So what is this game? I have no idea. If you're making your own character, you would think maybe it would be third person so you could see your character.
But it could be first person
who knows,
as well.
right?
So
whatever. We don't know what the game is going to be. And this game is coming out in summer 2020, but apparently we're going to get much more info since summer of next year probably means E3 next year. We'll get a ton of information about the game. Okay? Fair enough. All right, continuing.
I mean, the game looks interesting, but I kind of agree. I want to see gameplay of it.
There's a new action RPG. It looks like a hack and slash style RPG with RPG elements in it called Oninaki.
Oninaki
that apparently is coming out, but they don't say any date. But apparently apparently from what I understand, that was already leaked a day or two ago. And then something we did not know, Final Fantasy VIII is getting a remaster. An HD remaster. Now,
Final Fantasy VIII, dude.
I have mixed feelings about this. Let me explain why. These HD remasters they're doing aren't very good. I recently played Final Fantasy IV.
Which was a port of the phone version. But okay.
On the PC, which was supposed to be the remastered edition. And that was a port of a port of a port. I think it was the 3DS version ported to mobile, ported to PC. That thing ran like shit, okay? It was really bad. Right now, I'm currently playing Final Fantasy IX. That thing runs like shit. On PS4, that game runs like crap. It fucking has terrible frame rate in the overworld. The combat's choppy. It's like, you're selling a remaster, but all you did was upgrade some of the graphics.
But that's what a remaster does. It's not a remake. Okay.
Slightly to be HD textures, but you didn't improve the game engine to run these HD textures so it runs like shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? And it's hilarious because they actually showed gameplay and it was choppy. It was choppy. The actual combat was choppy. I'm like, dude, it's the same. They did exactly the same of what they did with Final Fantasy IX. They just lifted the code and upgraded a few graphics and textures and said it's a remaster when in reality it runs like shit and they're going to sell this for $30, okay? Now, personally, okay, I hate Final Fantasy VIII. I'm just being honest with all of you. You can disagree with me. I played all the classic Final Fantasies, 1 all the way up to 10, 11, 12. I haven't played 11, the MMO, 12, 13. The only one I haven't played at this point is 14. I hate Final Fantasy VIII. That game is so fucking boring. The characters are all whiny little bitch kids. They're just so fucking annoying.
Bitch kids.
And the graphics are good. The graphics were the best part of the game for me. And the soundtrack I actually liked. The plot is terrible. And then on top of all that, oh, well, that's okay because it's okay if the plot's bad or whatever because the combat's good, right? It's like the worst combat.
I think my friend liked that copy. Liked Final Fantasy VIII. I kind of want to play it. I don't know. I don't know what the story. Isn't it the one? It was an 8 or 6 or something where you started off being a bad guy and then you decide to be a good guy. Was that 8? Like you start up on the enemy side. You're like, oh, these guys are cool. Then you're like, wait a second, these guys suck, and then you turn on them. Was that the one? That sounds like a cool story. Oh, okay, it's not okay. Oh, it's 4. Oh, okay. Trigger the pig. Own the pig.
Franchise, in my opinion, the draw system is so flawed. It forces you to repetitively grind and waste fucking time to cast magic spells. It's like, what? Yeah, in other games, you just rest at a fucking inn, you get your MP back. In that game, you gotta go repetitively suck spells and abilities out of enemies. It sucks ass. I hate that fucking game. I really do. I never finished it. I played through it, like, I'm not even kidding, like 20 hours. I couldn't finish it. I hated it. I was like, I can't keep going. It's a waste of my time. So,
but you wasted 20 hours in it.
Like, not interested at all in playing this game. But my viewers want me to play it because they like to torture me. They're like, oh, Phil, you gotta play it. Now it's coming out. You gotta fucking play it. I'm like, ha ha ha, fuck you. Why are you being dicks to me? You know,
fuck you. They made you play Sonic 06. They made you play Scarface. They made you play Street Fighter 5. Actually, no. Tut made you play Street Fighter 5. But he's gonna blame his entire fans that they want to see him suffer. That's cool. For some reason, this is like the second time he kind of shot on his stream chat in a day. He shot on them for not liking the Ass Creed Symphony, and now he's shitting on them for wanting him to play Final Fantasy VIII. What a great guy. Alright, my friends?
I hate this fucking game. I've been playing Final Fantasy IX recently and talking about how much I hate 8, so now they want me to play 8, right? Anyway, let me see here. They said it's coming out this year. The Final Fantasy VIII Remaster is coming out in 2019, but they don't exactly say when, so it's kind of confusing. It's like it could be coming out soon. It could be coming out in the fall. When's it coming out? We don't know.
Well, you like how shitting on like on the coming soon. Well, obviously they're gonna tell you when the time is right. They're like, why is he so like petty about this? Whatever.
I mean, I think a lot of people want me to play it, but I don't know if I'll play it this year, considering that I'm playing Final Fantasy IX this year. I guess we'll see what happens, okay?
Dude, during the Final Fantasy IX playthrough, he literally said, well, after Final Fantasy IX, I think we could take a break from Final Fantasy. Now he's already thinking about doing Final Fantasy VIII. Why don't you try Octopath Traveler? Everyone wanted him to play it, and he keeps like fucking saying no, no, no. And then when he is not doing a game, he's like, well, no one really asked me, man. He I guess he just doesn't want to play because Kat has the Switch. As I said, I think Kat owns that Switch now. It's her Switch. I don't think it's in that office at all. I think Kat has it in her office. I think she has it. I think that's what it is. You know what? I think Kat takes that Switch to work so she can play it at work, and he can't play it. He can't play the Switch when she's at work, dude. I guarantee that's why he's avoiding Switch games. That has to be why.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I just talked for 30 minutes, and I talked mostly about JRPGs.
Not the bedroom, Paul. You know Leanna's, that weird lady's old room where she made soap? That's Kat's office now.
Very few exceptions in between there. So you see what I'm saying? This really was the press conference of JRPGs, and if you don't like them, you're very disappointed. But they saved the big thing everyone wanted to hear about for last. They knew that saving the new Avengers game for last was the right thing to do because they knew that there was a giant audience who now absolutely love everything Marvel.
It was the right thing to do. They knew how to do this. Dude, every conference had well, at least some of them tried to end on a big note. That, you know, Microsoft ended on the new Xbox game. Bethesda ended... Oh, I don't remember what it ended on, actually. I think it ended on Doom. I think it did, but I'm not sure on that. Nintendo ended on Breath of the Wild 2. Like, no shit it's gonna end on Avengers. Like, that would be a good idea to put at the end.
From the giant Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they were dying for a mainstream Marvel game for years.
Oh, and Halo.
We haven't really gotten one in a long time, and now we got Crystal Dynamics teaming up with Square Enix to make this game, okay? So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Marvel's Avengers.
Great name.
What a surprise. So, first of all, it's starring...
Why is Marvel so insecure that they have to call the names of these games Marvel Spider-Man, Marvel Avengers? Are they, like, afraid to give them, like, original names? Like, what the fuck, Marvel? Come on.
Captain America, Thor, the Incredible Hulk, Black Widow, okay, Black Panther, Captain Cold, the Elongated...
Dude, it's so funny because these are DC comic book heroes, man. And you could tell he's joking because he made a smile. I mean, I almost fell for it, guys. I almost fell for it. This was a good joke, DSP, you're a comic genius.
Man, no, I'm kidding. It's the core 5 Avengers. It's Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Incredible Hulk, and Black Widow. Okay, those are the core 5. Now, they said there will be other characters, Marvel characters, in the game, and they said that maybe they will be playable in the long run, but I'm assuming at launch the game will have 5 characters, okay? The plot of the game is this. Basically, they powered some kind of new vehicle with an experimental drive. While they were doing this, there was an attack on the city, New York City, by the Taskmaster. They actually show him leading a brigade of like villains and mercenaries on a bridge. So as the Avengers are fighting this, all of a sudden the experimental drive gets attacked and explodes and apparently damages the city. Captain America supposedly dies in the explosion, okay? And the Avengers basically are now panned by the public saying, man, you guys are so irresponsible. You used untested, dangerous technology to power your stuff, and you got a bunch of people killed, including Captain America. You know, you guys you basically should be ashamed of yourselves. And I guess what happens is there's a 5-year gap between that intro to the game and actually when the game picks up. The Avengers have disbanded, but now there's a crisis, a world crisis, and the Avengers now have to reassemble.
Oh wow! What an original take! I've never seen that ever in history. Oh my god! What a brave, noble take that this story is going. I've never seen this story being told before. It broke new ground, guys. Holy shit! Marvel Avengers is completely new.
Whenever this new looming menace may be, alright? An interesting plot twist and a good premise. It has nothing, by the way, to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they made that very clear. They were like, no, this has nothing to do with other Marvel games or anything, no Marvel movies. This is its own thing we're creating. Don't think it's going to tie in with the movies or anything like that. It's its own entity and its own unique story.
So they say that, but I have a hunch that down the line, Marvel's going to decide, hey, we should cross over the Spider-Man game with this, and we should have a video game universe. I guarantee that's what's gonna happen, and they're gonna change the tune. Guys, we decided to make this a universe. The Avengers is gonna be part of Spider-Man now, and we're gonna work with Insomniac. So we'll see.
They did show some gameplay, albeit very little, of the intro segment when the Avengers are fighting Taskmaster's mercenaries on the bridge. And basically it shows like Iron Man's flying around and shooting beams while Thor's down there throwing his hammer around and shooting lightning. The Hulk was the coolest part. He
Marvel
just jumping across giant ledges, slamming, grabbing tanks, kicking people while he held the tank, then threw the tank and blew up and everything. And it also showed
it would be
Black
cool,
Widow
but
doing
it'd be
like,
a money
kind of
thing.
flipping over people.
There'd be so many games to buy.
Like so they showed this whole segment, and then after showing this whole thing, they announced this will be both a single player and co-op compatible game. So you can play in single player if you want, and the game will function as a single player game, or you could team up with your buddies and have it be a full-on co-op, 4-player co-op game as well. So that's interesting. Will it be split screen co-op? Will each person play out their own role? Don't know. That was not explained. So then they said, let's introduce you to some of the people involved in the game.
But if you're switching between heroes and single player, then they're probably on the same room.
They roll out an all-star cast of voice actors, including Troy Baker as the voice of Bruce Banner, Jeff Shine.
Troy Baker, that fucking hat-wearing scarf fuck. He wears scarves indoors. Unbelievable.
Of Captain America. Travis, I didn't get his whole last name, starts with a W, as the voice of Thor. Laura Bailey is the voice of Black Widow, and Nolan North as the voice of Iron Man. So all-star, these guys have worked in games before, and with each other before. They probably have great rapport with all the stuff that they've done previously. Like the big all-star elitist cast of voice actors.
Elitist
the
cast.
who's who of voice acting in Western games is going to be the major voice actors for this
cast.
game.
Laura Bailey's elitist?
So it's funny because they do like a little panel of these guys, these voice actors, kind of playing off each other and talking about what they think about the heroes. Like Troy Baker's like, man, I think Bruce is a complex character because he's not just the Hulk. He's also a brainiac guy.
Wait, now the voice actors are going to say how cool the characters they voice are? Whoa.
And he has to play 2 completely different roles. And Laura Bailey's like, I think that Natasha is unique because unlike the other Avengers, she has 0 superpowers. She's reliant on her own wit and her technology to make her survive. And when all this other crazy shit's going around her, and she's like the most vulnerable of all the Avengers and stuff like that. So it's cool. It was a little interesting. They kind of know about the characters. That's good. It's not like, oh, I'm a voice actor. I know nothing about what the fuck we're going to be doing in this game.
Dude, Kiefer Sutherland gave the same song and it's, oh, guys, I'm Snake now, but my son plays a lot of Metal Gear, so I think it's pretty cool that I'm Snake now. It's pretty cool, right? Because it's not PR bullshit at all, right? I mean, it's cool, I guess, that the voice actors are, like, invested in the game. I mean, it's not, but, I mean, this is kind of falling for the marketing scheme.
They seem to know their shit, which is good. And we know, Troy Baker, Nolan North, Laura Bailey, at least those names I know. And they've done great jobs on other stuff before, so I guess the game is in good hands, at least when it comes to the voice acting, okay? So then they actually play a cutscene of 5 years later at Captain America's grave, and there's an argument between Bruce Banner and Iron Man. And you can hear,
it's just the character models look bad. And I remember the conspiracy theory with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that Marvel told Capcom to make their characters look ugly and the Marvel characters look good. So why isn't Marvel doing the gay ops for this game, huh? No, I don't know. I just think that whole like engine, it just didn't look finished. It didn't look finished. Blaze the cat from and Sans from Koduka.
The voice work of Troy Baker and Nolan North going back and forth, and how they put emotion into the scene, and Iron Man's like, no, listen, we didn't fail, we failed Captain America, but Bruce is like, no, we failed, we took in a dangerous technology and adapted it without making it safe, and it's our fault that everything went wrong the way it did. So it's cool drama to the game. It's not just, oh, superheroes, pew pew pew, blow shit up. No, it's not like that.
Oh my god, he's like, this is art, this is serious. Comic books are very serious now. Dude, it's a fucking comic book. The story is so fucking shallow. Oh, something happens. Hero dies. City hates heroes. Heroes disband. Heroes come back together. Heroes are like, dude, we fucked up, and one hero's like, no, we didn't. Whoa, that's so insane. Oh my god, so artistic. Oh my god. So thoughtful. I mean, it's so artistic and deep. Okay.
Even though I'm sure that'll be part of the game, it's actually going to have a very serious, adult-oriented, and dramatic plot.
Like the fucking movies that are for normies. Like, I mean, I guess I'm sounding a little too negative about superhero stuff, but it's not that fucking deep. It's a fucking like story that's solid. It's an interesting story, sure, but he's making it sound as if it's like some deep like fucking show like Breaking Bad or something. It's like, it's not that complex. The whole thing that the whole story is about is not that complex. It's complex, sure, for a comic book, but I don't think it's this deep as he like makes that sound.
That's good, okay?
But okay.
Continuing on. They also said that the game will be a long-term game. So apparently it will have a mainstream plot, alright, that will be playable at launch. But in addition to that, the game will also have new heroes and regions added over time. So apparently they will have some longevity and a reason to play it over time. And they will all be added.
Hey, Israel, Phil, the reason why I'm not saying Breaking Bad is philosophy, but it does deal with a lot of gray area, and it makes you like at least think about what's going on. Like the Marvel movies, there's some good ones. Like I liked Civil War, but I mean I can't say that these are necessarily deep movies. Theo sitting here on his high horse with all the indie Greek films. Wow, at least. Hey, you have not seen The Lobster, Killing of a Sacred Deer, and The Favorite. So, those are 3 great movies. Go watch those movies. I don't hate superheroes. I like DC. I'm a DC guy. Give me Batman any day, dude.
No additional cost. In addition, the game will have no loot boxes, no pay-to-win strategies, nothing. You buy the game, you get the game and all the additional content long-term for free forever. They're not looking to screw over the customers. This is...
Look how cucked he is about this, by the way. It's free DLC! Oh my god, it's amazing! And this is like... Star Wars did free DLC, shed on that. No pay-to-win! And this all these like lofty ideas. That's not necessarily new ideas, but okay.
Not games as a service, and you pay for it instead.
Greek films are just better. Have you seen Black Caesar? I don't think I've seen that one.
And you get it all at purchase. So boom, and everyone's like, yeah! And people jumped out of their seats. They're
boom, yeah! Fucking does the same clown shit from last year. Dude, every year they say free DLC. Fucking Battlefield 5 had free DLC, and he didn't give a shit about it. No, he didn't play Blade Palace. It's not real DLC, dude. It's not story-based DLC, okay? He only does story-based DLC that's free.
Ripping their shirts off like the Hulk, And girls were swinging their bras over their heads like this when they heard that, because we're so tired of being nickel and dimed by these fucking asshole game developers. We're just tired of it. We want to buy a game and get value out. We don't want $60. The game's not finished. It's broken. It's fucked up. Oh, now there's a million loot boxes to proceed in the game. Oh, now you got to fucking pay a subscription fee.
Dude, remember when he defended Shadows of War or Shadows of Mordor or whatever the fuck for having loot boxes in the single player? He literally defended that. Now, oh, they got no loot boxes. Oh my god, amazing. Okay.
Get all the fucking DLC so that you actually get the full story of the game. Instead, they're actually saying, boom, you get the game, you buy it, you play it, enjoy it, live it, love it, thank you. And that was it. That was the end. No, actually, that wasn't the end. Let's continue.
Oh my god.
So then they said,
so cucked about
the PlayStation version of the game will have some exclusive content. First of all, the PlayStation 4 version will have an early beta compared to other platforms. And they have some kind of an exclusive Sony partnership where they're going to put out exclusive content for the PS4 version over the other versions, which sounds good to me because I own a PS4 Pro. It might be disappointing to those who own an Xbox One or Xbox One X, and it's hilarious because, oh, I have the Xbox One X, I'm going to get the best version of the game, except you don't get all the content for it.
Remember when he called the Ubisoft developers assholes for having a PC alpha? The invented alpha, they're fucking assholes. Oh, I got console DLC. It benefits me. See, it's all cool. Then shits on the fucking Xbox fans that have the Xbox One X. And then oh my god.
Good to me because I own a PS4 Pro. It might be disappointing to those who own an Xbox One or Xbox One X, and it's hilarious because, oh, I have the Xbox One X, I'm going to get the best version of the game, except you don't get all the content for it. So, oh well.
Is he fucking 12? And he's like, you get the best version, you don't get the content. Are you fucking 12 years old? Like, this is shit like kids on the forums do. And then, like, he fucking, shits on, oh my god. This is so fucking petty. He shits on the Xbox One X, but imagine if that happened to him. What if that happened to him? What if, like, he didn't have the Xbox One, and they were like, oh, Xbox One gets exclusive content over the PS4. Do you think DSP is going to be jumping up and down and laughing about it? This is so dumb. He cries about when PC gets exclusive stuff, but then when PS4 is like, yeah, man. And he thinks it's so cool, but, like, he doesn't understand that the reason why PS4 gets this bonus content is because Sony threw money at Square to get it. You know, it goes full circle. The reason why the PS4 version gets all of the exclusive content is because Sony threw the money at Square. Like, okay, guys, you want the exclusive content? Here's the money. Here's the deal. And Square's like, cool, man, hell yeah. They went with it. Like fucking elitists. You wanna know what this sounds like? Fucking streamers. It's just like Ninja, dude. These special elite chill streamers that think they're so cool. They get games early and this and that. And DSP supporting that. This dude. Oh my god, this is just even that aside, PS4 gets the game early. He's acting like the way he thinks these streamers get when they get games early. Oh my god. This whole segment, literally, DSP, good job. Good job. I gotta clap for that. Clap for the pig. You fucking lived the meme. He went from being against shills, people getting games early and this and that, to being excited he gets DLC early. I thought it was elitist, DSP. Wow, good job. Good job. I didn't even think about that until I thought about it. GG.
Oh well.
And he laughs. And that's exactly what I mean. When he goes on these tangents about shill streamers and how they think they're elitist, that's what he thinks. And he projects what he thinks onto these other streamers. So when you hear him talk about, these other streamers, they get games early, they think they're better than you. They're not. When he says that, that's what he thinks. When he gets games early, that's what he thinks. Case in point. Thanks, DSP, for proving my point.
Alright. Last but not least.
Very nice.
The last thing they showed was a new scene, another story-based scene, starring Ant-Man, but he's not Ant-Man, he's Hank Pym, the scientist. And there's a giant, like, spider mech that comes out. And
Ant-Man, but it's not Ant-Man. It's Hank.
His gun and shoots it and shrinks it. And he picks it up. And he's like, haha, it's not as, not as dangerous when it's small. So they're showing there's going to be other Marvel characters from the Marvel movies and all that in the game. And that's cool. And then finally the big...
Oh, other Marvel characters in...
Hank Pym.
Avengers? Whoa.
The release date, I don't know why I read that again. The release date, May 15th, 2017. This game came out 2 years ago. No, May 15th, 2020.
So funny, man.
So, once again, another game coming out within the first half of 2020. Almost all major releases that were announced at E3 this year are coming out in early 2020. I mean, typically it's the holiday gaming season that empties your wallet. I almost think it's going to be 2020, the first half of 2020. There's going to be so many fucking games coming out within 3 months. March, April, May. I don't know how anyone's going to afford this, quite frankly. Being very honest. Like, I have no idea. Okay. All right. So all that being said, guys.
I know he's live. I'm not gonna restream it. I'm gonna
Square
watch
Enix
it.
Press conference,
but I'm not gonna stream it.
I thought, from my personal perspective, was the best conference of
Oh,
E3.
of course he put men in the fucking title. He's a fucking clown. Sound good?
I loved the announcement and all the detail they gave about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I loved all the JRPG announcements in there, and Avengers was like the icing on the cake. Really, it looks like a really solid game that's going to be coming out next year.
Big ups.
Some disappointments for me. What the hell happened to Dying Light 2? I was looking forward to a lot of information about it. We got zero. Absolutely nothing. Like, what the fuck? It's like, what happened to this game that they're not talking about it anymore? But outside of that, it was a pretty good conference, in my opinion. I dug it. I thought it was good. If you don't like JRPGs and you don't care about Avengers, you probably think that was the worst thing of all E3 and it was boring as dirt. But I like that stuff, so for me, it was like 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed it, okay?
Square's all about JRPGs.
All right,
okay.
Let's go ahead and let's do some shout-outs now for the people who have contributed. We actually had a Duncan D's who said, I watched one ad, here's the cheer. Keep up the great work. Code Castile also resub for 2 months in a row.
Code Castile, guy running gay ups to be a mod.
Homie, so that's good.
By the way.
Castile.
Big ups.
My question to all of you now that we've seen all 4 press conferences, all right?
All 4.
Do you agree with me? Thank you, Code Castile. My question to all of you now that we've seen all 4.
He keeps doing these fucking puckered lips. Why? Are you a fucking, like,
Press conferences, all right? Do you agree with me? Do you feel that Square Enix was the definitive press conference of E3?
No, Nintendo.
Or do you think
Nintendo
that others
won.
actually, like some people argued earlier, Microsoft did it because not only did they present good games,
no,
but they
Nintendo,
also
buddy.
presented a new console. They kind of hit it on all cylinders. I didn't feel that great about the Microsoft press conference. I thought it was kind of underwhelming. A lot of people are saying Square won for sure. Sony won by not even showing up, says the loudest fart. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just
Lolly Isaac Newton says, no, Square Enix was shit. It was either Microsoft or Nintendo this year. Nintendo didn't even do anything yet. Lolly Isaac Newton says, no, Square Enix was shit. It was either Microsoft or Nintendo this year. Nintendo didn't even do anything yet.
Yeah, that's probably the joke. That, or like he's expecting Nintendo to have a good conference.
Loser Friend says Square Enix best, Microsoft in the middle. Ubisoft was trash. EA is laughing out loud. Boobag says, well, Square Enix had the more gameplay out of all the conferences, so they win by default. Yeah, you know what I have to say? this E3, at least for the all I can attest to so far, because what I've seen is the 4 major conferences that happened over the last 2 days.
Yeah, to see his name.
This E3 was like the year of no gameplay.
Yeah, Nintendo
like
did
we
one
will
out.
tease
Big
you
ups.
like crazy about all of our games, but we are refusing to show you gameplay. You know, I mean, what
Nintendo didn't refuse to show gameplay, and you skipped out.
realistically, what games did we see tons of gameplay of? When you think about it, at the Microsoft conference, what games did we see massive gameplay of? Not many. You know, maybe 2 games had significant amounts of gameplay in that whole conference. Bethesda, we saw Doom.
Doom.
We saw Doom. That's what we saw with Bethesda.
Okay.
Massive gameplay of Doom, and that was it. Earlier today at Ubisoft, we saw a ton of gameplay of Watch Dogs Legion.
Watch Dogs.
And tonight, we saw a little tidbit
Watch
of
Dogs.
gameplay of Avengers and a decent amount of gameplay of Final Fantasy VII Remake. But outside of that, you know what I mean? Like, we saw almost no game. Why would you not show that at E3, you know? And so people were just watching these conferences, and, like, you know, it's underwhelming. And, you know, some people are making some fair points in the stream chat. They're saying, well, you have to understand, a lot of these games these days are leaking early. So if you actually wanted gameplay of certain games, like, for example, earlier today I was very critical. Ubisoft didn't present any gameplay at all of Ghost Recon Breakpoint or Breakdown or Breakdance or fucking Breaking Bad, or whatever the fuck it's called. Who knows?
Wow,
There was no
funny.
gameplay. They had a giant segment about it, almost 20 minutes, but no gameplay. And people were like, well, Phil, you don't understand. That game leaked earlier, and there's already gameplay all over the internet, and there was an early
They
alpha
didn't
to
leak
some-
it early. They released a release about it. He calls all these press releases leaking. They didn't leak it. It's like, okay, we're gonna tell them that this is going on. Look at this. That's not leaking.
People played it. I don't fucking know that. I'm watching E3. You spent 20 minutes at E3 showing
I
the
didn't know that watching E3 because you're not a gamer. Real gamers kind of find information on their own. Like a gamer. Like yeah, they showed a trailer for No More Heroes 3, but I kind of deduced there would be No More Heroes 3 because I played Travis Strikes Again. They literally mentioned No More Heroes 3 in that game. They went out of their way for it. So it's like, okay, they're doing No More Heroes 3. I don't know when it's going to happen, but cool. This game kind of announced it. And then at Nintendo on Tuesday, they went crazy with it. They had a trailer and a date. Well, a year. But I guess I leaked it, dude.
game. Show me the fucking game. That's terrible choices by these game developers.
I agree,
to
Dracula
not
Dragon.
actually
No More
show
Heroes 3 is
gameplay.
going to be awesome.
And for me, Square Enix wins because they showed a ton of gameplay of Final Fantasy VII Remake and at least a little bit of Avengers, which previously had been completely unannounced. So they win. By default, they win because they fucking showed what you wanted versus everyone else just trying to, yo, here's a cinematic fucking movie. You know, I don't care about that shit. I don't care about the FMV that I could skip when I boot your game. I care about the actual
I don't
game
care about the
paid for.
FMV.
So that's what I want to see.
He's a gamer, guys.
at E3, and if you don't show it to me, shame on you.
Duck clips again.
Okay. All right, guys. So, in my opinion, E3 2019 so far has been good. Certainly not the best year ever, and certainly not the worst year ever, but it's been all
Wait, did
right.
I miss the
I'm
for
gonna now
me?
take some time to go review other things like EA
You're
did their
not.
presentation on Saturday digitally,
Come on.
and Nintendo's tomorrow morning. I'm also going to review things like Devolver Digital and other games that maybe just kind of had information in the
Don't tell me I missed the
If
for
you think
me.
there's a game that I may miss or may not catch myself, and you think I should look into it, let me know. You can always reach me at social media at They Call Me DSP, right over here. Or you can email me, darksyphil@hotmail.com, or tell me on my stream tomorrow, because I'll be streaming all day tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is look into this stuff, and then on Wednesday, I'm doing my big cumulative gameplay, my big cumulative E3 countdown, where I'm going to be talking
What
about
the
the
fuck?
best
How
and
did I
worst of
miss
E3,
it?
in my opinion, plus updating all the release dates, so we have a big, at a glance kind of a view of all the release dates of the games coming out for the rest of 2019, and this ginormous amount of games coming out in fucking early 2020, which just seems out of control, insane at this point. Okay, so please, by all means, contact me and let me know what you think, guys, because I need to know what I might miss, and I want to talk about it on Wednesday, if at all possible. All right?
Let me
So-
know what I missed. Tell me what I missed.
So,
Okay.
for the Square Enix E3 2019 press conference,
Fair
I felt it
hands.
was the best one. I don't know how you feel. I enjoyed it, and now I'm feeling very positive about games like Final Fantasy VII Remake and also Avengers. And good stuff. Thanks. However you watched, whether you watched this live tonight on Twitch, whether you're watching this on demand on YouTube, I do appreciate you checking it out. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully you'll check out my final coverage of E3 this coming Wednesday. All
I
right?
go, we
Peace
have
out,
to do
everyone.
research for him, but this is his job, remember? Where is the for me? I know he's fucking said it.
Inspired this Gaia. So it was over a year since I even touched the thing, okay? Called War of the grid-based system. This Gaia made by the same, but I just want to forewarn everyone, you minimize loot boxes and hope I get the rare character in the loot box, because if I good, like, look like an old school RPG. And Dying Light 2, excuse me. We all know that. Like, Dying Light to all streaming services, and they listed a ton. I think it was like
the Final
Spotify and stuff
Fantasy
like that.
8
So
or
now
7.
you have those, they went and said, oh, here's all the games from 2016 to now, and I didn't when they sold it last year. Why they omitted that, I didn't explain any of that. I don't know. I never played. That's good news, I guess, for people on PC who wanted to. And, you know, again, March 3rd, I played Final Fantasy 7. I hated Cloud. I fully voice acting with the new. I'm going to be very honest. Certain strategies and use certain tactics to kill these enemies, and it's going to take a lot longer to get through the fights than it did in the original game. For me, fights where you're expected to do certain strategies and use certain tactics to kill these enemies, and it's going to take a lot longer to get through the fights than it did in the original game. For me, game. For me.
My God, that was like the hardest for me I've ever seen from someone.
In the original game. For me.
Oh my God. Well, we're done with that. Let's swing by DSP's Twitch channel for a bit. Not gonna restream it all the way, but we're just gonna go there for a bit. Let's see how Dark's doing. My favorite Twitch streamer. Oh, we changed the title. It's DSP's best and worst of E3 2019, dude. He still isn't talking. Oh my God. And then, by the way, was the Turtle Napalm always a mod? I don't think he was. I think he added him. But let's see if our good buddy is here. Hey, look at this. Look who's here. Omnipotent Swaggins. Where is he? Look at him. He's here. Big ups. He said he was done with DSP. No siree. Omnipotent Swaggins is right there. He loves the torture. He loves getting tortured. You want to know why he's there? He loves the attention. He loves the attention from DSP. It validates his existence, by the way. So it's pretty cool. Big ups to Swaggins. He loves getting shat on. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to Swaggins. Big ups to him. Oh, on Twitter. Ah, okay. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Swags must love the content, dude. DSP shits on him, and Swaggins love it. So I guess we all know what Swaggins' fetish is. He loves getting shit on. He's probably into something, you know. No, Swaggins is never done with DSP. Yeah, he never was done. The thing is that I always had a feeling he would come back. The moment he left, I was thinking he's gonna come back. He's not gonna leave. He's gonna have this big exit. It's the same people that are like, DSP is boring now. I'm done with DSP, and then they still talk about DSP. It's the same shit. Just on DSP's end. So yeah, I knew he was gonna come back at some point. I was expecting earlier. So you know, he outlasted my expectation, but he's back as to no one's surprise. Like, the thing is that I wouldn't be so, like, petty about him being back in DSP's community if he wasn't such a bitch about it. Like, the whole, like, when the whole thing happened, he was, I'm done with DSP, DSP's an asshole, blah, blah, blah. He was, like, being fucking whatever about it. And he made a grand exit. and then and he gets chat on top of it, and then he comes back to his chat. So I mean, like if he just like kind of left and said nothing and didn't make a big deal out of it, people probably wouldn't care. But he had to be a little bitch about it. So there's that. So welcome back, Swaggins. He and the thing that's dumb about this, that's even like extra dumb about this, and this is the worst part of it. He was a mod. He had fucking power in this fucking chat, and then he leaves. So now, not only is he not a mod, but now he's gonna get protection. He's never gonna get banned. And it's not because of the bit badge, but now if he gets banned permanently forever, it's gonna become, guys, DSP, he banned Swaggins, guys. So he's not gonna get banned. He's not gonna get banned. Actually, I take that back. I think Saru was, but Swaggins is close. Well, Saru is well, it's fucking Saru. I'm sure he still watches DSP. I mean, Saru is like a pro fucking victim dude. But yeah, that's Swaggins. That's Swaggins' life. What a life to live, if you ask me. He's a great person to have in your community. He fucking wants all the attention. He's literally everything that DSP hates, by the way. Everything I hate about Tut is, oh god. What the fuck was that? Was that a YouTube sub? Oh, it was a YouTube sub. Thanks N Mantha for the YouTube sub. But yeah, that's really special that Swaggins is back. So that's pretty cool. He likes being tortured, but now he'll get super protection. So I guess in a way it was worth it, because now he can kind of run the chat with not being a mod. So that's cool. I would chat, but I don't want to follow this fucking channel. Kenshi says, Swaggins, that won't cut it, dude. You gotta keep up with the times. I only speak Swaggin. Oh my god, he's back doing fucking this shit. Man. Swaggins is very special. DSP is very lucky to have him. Very lucky to have him. You know, not a lot of people that DSP can shit on and them to crawl back. Well, actually, no, everyone does. Everyone does. Because Swaggins is a special boy. He likes the attention, dude. Leave him alone. He's special. Alright, everyone. That's it for this stream. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Apparently I was... Oh, no, that's 3 hours. I thought it was 7 hours. I was about to say that's fucked up. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna watch this on my own, and then I'll probably do a video. I'll do a stream of this on Friday, I think. But, yeah. Big ups to everyone. See you next time.